It's that time again. Episode 3 of 2019, Season 2 of the Windshield Deep Podcast. As you can tell today, things look a little bit differently. Landon had to run some errands.
Racing this weekend.
He's getting his car ready to go. Had to go pick some stuff up here and there. But tonight, we have a lot to talk about. As usual, we're joined by Stephen Parsons and our recent co-host guy. You know, we don't know how long you're gonna stick around.
Cars Tour correspondent.
But our Cars Tour
better option.
Yeah, Cars Tour correspondent.
Yep.
Nick Payne.
Yep.
Cars Tour race was this past weekend, so I guess it's a good way to start off tonight. So as y'all know, I did race again, and that I tend to just show up to these things. I had no plans to run it, but I did go watch the Hickory race, the opening week, which was a pretty good show. Had some fights, had some wrecking, had some surprise. Not really surprises. Jacob won the first race.
Yeah.
Who won the second race?
Adam Lemke.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a surprise. Yeah, that was a heck of a race.
Second. Oh, Millington ran
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
He got
Millington, because Lemke had one hell of a block job on him. Remember
Yeah,
that?
it was
That
a good race.
Great,
It was a good
yeah,
race,
great,
yeah.
great little blocking deal.
First race, I think we kind of just pulled away with it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it was okay.
but second race was
Second race was good.
pretty cool for you too.
I don't think that. Oh yeah,
Let's talk about. Do we want to get
Ah,
into Dylan's recap, or do we want to talk about?
that was quick.
Well, that was a couple weeks ago. We posted a video on the Windshield Deep
Right.
Facebook page of the Charlie Watson versus the 95 crew fight. I don't think it was too much of a fight. Nothing, no major, no cops involved, really. You know,
Just,
maybe a quick tackle,
a couple bruises, maybe some hurt feelings, but
Well, you got to
nothing.
talk about the wreck.
yeah.
Okay, well, let's
Hey,
talk
talking
about it,
to your
Nick.
mic, don't
I
talk
was.
to.
What do you mean?
Right, there's the mic.
I was talking straight.
Yeah,
Is that good?
That sounds better.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, basically kiss
So-
that thing.
The wreck was just the bottom was the best. Top was horrendous.
And he didn't want to give up a
It
spot.
was
And Charlie didn't want to
Charlie
lose a
was
spot.
rolling the top, and we were behind Justin and tried to fill the hole, and Charlie tried to jump down, and we were there, and they kind of crashed together.
Yeah.
The video, it looks more like Jacob runs a groove high, but he doesn't. I mean, I'm telling you, I was watching it. So he kind of pinched him down. They went for the same spot, and we were both wrecked.
Pinched him.
Pinched, yeah. So,
Pinched him.
Just paint him on.
so I'm fine with that.
Didn't have enough clearance.
That was cool. Like that was fine. That was fine. But then we were fine.
It's all Spotter's fault.
We kept running. Yeah, we could keep running. So we're in the pits, and Charlie runs down and jerks the ignition box out. So
Yeah.
not very cool with that. I mean, why do
Yeah.
that? Why cost us more money than it already is going
I will
to?
say, and I will
Like
say,
that's stupid.
From,
I mean, I know he's mad. Like Charlie's a friend of ours. Like
from a
it was just annoying.
from a spotter standpoint, where Justin and Jake and all them parked down in turn 1 and 2 in Hickory,
Mhm.
a spot we can't see down there.
No.
We can only hear on the radio, and post event we can only see what happened. It's hard for
Yeah.
us to see what's going on. So I'm
No, you
sure
couldn't
I'm
hear
sure you got down there, Nick, and it was all kind of news to you.
It was actually kind of funny. I told him, I counted him down. I was like, "Hey, Charlie's about 10 stalls away. He's coming to you guys."
5,
I was like,
4, 3.
about 5 away, and then he disappeared behind Lee Falk's trailer where he always parks.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, everybody got really quiet, and then the announcer said, "Oh, there's fisticuffs," and I was like, "Great."
Yeah.
And
was
that's
really
when I
great.
texted Lana and said, "Hey, go video it! Hurry,
Yeah, it
go
was
video
really good.
something." And that's what we posted. We didn't have much video. Somebody got on our post and said, "Hey, next time try to get closer." I don't remember who that was.
Yeah,
If I knew that person's name, I would say, "Well, hell, next time, why don't you bring your ladder and we'll climb over the race fence and we'll walk down there and video it."
I'm telling you, that fence.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes
So
it
whoever
tough
that
every time.
was,
Yeah.
Whoever that guy was,
Wasn't much of a
kind of
fight.
a dick.
And
It
then
was just a shoving match.
and
I
then
think.
there were some words
Yeah.
thrown back and
It was
forth.
pretty cool though.
on
It's
the
good. That's
Facebook.
what
Yeah,
we need,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Rivalries.
a little
fights.
Facebook war going on, but
feuds.
it's fine.
It's cool. That's. I mean, I like it.
Had some more in Greenville this past weekend as
Mhm.
well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ashton Higgins got
Oh,
yeah.
Anderson.
I believe he moved.
It was Anderson?
That was
It was
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah.
So Ashton won, moved Trey Gibson out of the way,
Yes.
and and he was trying to get to him first. I think his brother tried to get to him, and he was met with a stern.
I feel certain to say Higgins is probably below the age of 18.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it was
probably
minor.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
So
mean,
you just don't look
so
cool doing
the
that.
brother, Trey Gibson's brother, got down there and he was met with a stern, you know, you're not getting through here. And then eventually Trey goes down there and said, you know, I just want to talk to him. And eventually they spoke about it, and Trey spoke his mind. Said, you know, I've never raced you like that. So why'd you race me like that? And he said, I'll remember that for next time.
Yeah, I get it. I'm a terrible talker. Like I either
Get pissed off. Yeah.
no, I'm okay with, like, if you wreck me, like, I either want to go, like, let's fight, or let's just not ever talk about it.
Right.
Or if I wrecked you, come try to fight, or just shut your mouth. You know, like, let's just, and I'm not saying what Trey did was wrong by no means. I'm just saying, like, that's just me. Like, I'm just a shitty talker.
I'm kind of
good at that.
I'm kind of saying, like, if somebody hits me, like,
Yeah.
you know, there's difference between just knocking you out of the way. There's difference between, no, I'm talking about, like, like somebody hits me. I mean, clarify. Somebody hits me on the racetrack. I don't care to go talk to them. I just remember it, and next time I'm there in front of me on the racetrack, I make sure that they know I remember when they hit me.
Yeah, and that's the way most of us are. I feel like, and that's good. That's why racing's a pretty tough sport for everybody. You don't see many. Well, I don't know. I say that. That's probably not even good. You don't see many pansy race car drivers. Most of them, hence, will stand up for themselves. They remember things. They do things the right way. And I feel like Trey did the right thing.
Yeah.
He could have went up there and caused a scene and tried to get on TV and go and try to fight whoever. I mean, I don't know if what was the other dude's name?
Who's brother?
Another guy that wrecked.
Ashton
Higgins. And I think he's pretty young. He
probably
might be
17,
18,
I
but
don't have a clue.
he seemed pretty young. But regardless of all that,
I feel like you don't really see that enough though. Like drivers just want to talk. Like
No.
Bubba Pollard at Martinsville,
he just wanted to talk to him. I'm a damn adult.
Don't want to talk to Lane.
That's it. And they wouldn't even let him get. Like I hate that. That drives me insane.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on from that, there was also a car store race this weekend, as we speak of. And once again, I ended up just showing up the day of and going and racing. Well, actually, we went and practiced the day before. We had this time, instead of deciding after a couple shots on Friday night, we decided on Monday that we were going to race. So
early.
Yeah. So we had plenty of time to prepare. You know,
right.
We didn't touch the car since the the Bobby Isaac of last year.
Did you do anything to it?
No. Put it on scales. Shit, she ready. Put her out
Clean
there.
it up.
Did something to it on Friday. That's when you tune her in.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Not much.
The wholesale changes? No,
nothing really. I think we moved the track bar like 1/8 of an inch, and moved some packers around.
Unit dialed in.
You're giving away your secrets.
I mean, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of just saying like, hey, my car was pretty good to begin with.
Left side or right side?
Yeah.
Center track bar moved up 1/2 inch.
Went a little bit better than last time showing up and making the race by one spot.
Yeah.
Were you afraid to go home at all? Did you think you would qualify bad?
No.
Qualifying always scares us.
After seeing the entry list, I wasn't.
Oof.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
No. I mean, there was only 29 cars that showed up.
They started 29? I don't know.
Yeah, they did. They didn't send nobody home this time.
Did Cameron Bowen even start?
I think he starting parked.
Yeah, I think
because he wrecked or something, and then there was another car that didn't show up. But anyway, the race, which was eventful. So what happened in the late? So the late models went first. It was a 150 lap event. My weekend was pretty decent. We showed decent speed on Friday. I got to stick her up for the first time in my career on. Looky here, look who it is, Landon Huffman. He's finally showed up.
Every bit of Landon Huffman.
He's been out thrifting. He's gonna eat real quick, and he's gonna come join us. He wasn't able to make the car tour race, so figured he'd be better being our audience.
We
here.
would mention Landon's new endeavor, but he hasn't. He hasn't bought those sponsorship rights. So
Landon has a lot to talk about his weekend coming up this weekend. He's pulling triple duty, and I quadruple duty. Oh, well, triple duty, 4 races. But anyway, back to the car store race. It was 150 laps. It was obviously late models and supers. Like I said, I had a pretty decent day on Friday. Practiced about for 2 hours. Made about 3 or 4 runs. Saturday, in the first time in my career, I believe I stickered up and ran a decent lap. I was actually judging off of Justin because usually we qualify remotely close to each other. So I was like, well, if he ran a 28 or what was it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it was like a 28 or 30.
Did
something
you
like
practice on just regular old hickory tires? That's like from the Bobby Isaac.
No. Well, yeah, the first day.
And then when you stickered up, you went to the car store tires.
Mhm.
Did you notice a difference?
Yeah.
A little slower.
Did you?
A little slower.
To me, they were harder to work in.
Yeah.
They were harder to get.
Chatter for the
yeah, a
first
lot of
lap and
chatter.
half. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't speed wise, I couldn't really tell, but as far as the first lap was hard.
Yep.
So anyway, on to qualifying. My first lap was the pole this week was a 14:73.
Sounds about
5,
right.
something like that,
I can't remember.
by Bradley McCaskill. Second was
That's
Barry.
slow. Oh, we didn't even
And
talk about the track
Week
record.
before, it was a 60, a track
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did put asphalt sealer down. That's why you're seeing these speeds. Hickory put that the same thing they put down in 2014, which is where you've seen the last track record. So anyway,
On the good years, right?
no, that was still Hoosiers.
Was that Hoosiers?
Yeah. Anyway, so qualifying went pretty good for us. I say that. I mean, usually I'm not really known for my qualifying ability, but given I hardly ever get to run on stickers, so go out there. My first lap was a 15:30, and I heard Dad go, "All right, lap 1, 15:30." Oh shit! And next lap was a 14:90, so it ended up being pretty good.
Yeah.
We was actually like about half a tenth away from 4th or something. It was something stupid. Like everybody was stacked
Super
from
tight.
down
Yeah.
5th to
Yeah.
13th. Everybody was super close. So we was literally like a tenth away from 4th, which was I felt good about. I got to watch the Dartfish video of my lap comparison, so that was really I learned a lot off of that. Yeah, that was neat. I didn't
I've
know
only had that luxury a few times.
I didn't know they did late models.
Yeah.
And evidently they do. Which
I
was
didn't
pretty
even know
neat.
they did
Yeah.
Hickory. I didn't know they came to.
They
stuff
do
like
the
that.
car store.
Oh.
Yeah. Was it Frankie Kimmel that was there? Or was it...
No, I don't think so. I didn't meet the guy. Just kind of like friend of a friend said, "Hey, here's your video." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, cool."
It's definitely a nice tool to have, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely.
Yeah.
you
It's
know,
cool.
But
Instead of just
I
knowing,
got to see where I got beat at, which
Exactly.
was the biggest deal.
Instead of
And,
knowing-
Where'd you get beat at?
entry of 1 and exit of 2.
Commentating over there.
Now we drove in about the same. He just rolled it better.
Yeah.
Also,
Rusty.
I went out late. So my excuse is the sun was out. I couldn't see shit.
Oh man, you missed your mark into
Missed
turn
his
1.
chance,
Yeah. But anyway, qualified 13th, ran good, had great speed. The pole was, like I said, a 73 or something like that by Bradley McCaskill. Josh Berry second. Taylor Gray qualified 4th, which was impressive.
Indeed.
And Taylor Gray pretty much controlled the race from there on out.
Yep.
Lap 40 was the first competition caution, and everything ran great before that. I fell back a little bit, really saving hard, banking on that
Competition caution.
grip they
Yeah.
put down to
Oh.
start burning off later in the race. That's why I was saving so hard.
Mhm.
Competition caution came out, and a switch just flipped.
A flip just switched.
A
Yeah.
flip just switched big time. Yeah, I hate when that happens, but
You hate to see it.
yeah, it totally changed everything. I guess somebody's seen the full moon or the new moon, whatever we have out, and it just, I mean,
Is that the
everything,
first?
all hell broke loose. There was like 5 cautions the next 2 laps.
What was the first one? The big one?
I think the first one was when we stacked up on the restart and Lane's
he
door
drove-
got ripped off,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I drove
Yeah.
over his
Well,
door.
the bottom did that several times.
And in the next caution, the bottom,
The bottom would check up on restarts every single time.
I'm starting to think Tommy Lemons might have had did he not have 3rd gear?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he kept on missing shifts.
Something happened. I
Or
mean,
something
Tommy
happened.
Lemons
horrible.
don't miss restarts.
But something
So
was
something was
happening.
wrong
'Cause
in his car.
you don't.
Right.
I mean, it
mean,
is
he missed like 4 or
hard-
5
it-
restarts.
It is hard to spin the tires that bad. in
Yeah,
Hickory.
no, he didn't spin the tires.
Yeah.
It was didn't go.
So
Something
knocked
was
Lane's
happening.
knocked his fender off and then it ripped the door off.
Yeah, that was the first one for Lane. So
That was-
first deal, lap 40, first restart, Lane's fender and door got knocked off, and I ran over it.
Debris.
I somehow got it out of my car.
I have
It was wedged.
Bad experience running over stuff.
Yeah, it was wedged up in there, and luckily got it out. But anyway, the next race,
The next race.
Caution.
the next caution.
Words are hard.
Jeez.
I know, man. Words are getting me.
We-
I'm
we-
talking in cursive.
We got
tonight.
we got a weird beer here.
Yeah, Hefeweizen. That ain't that weird. German paying tribute.
So the next
to
one
my-
was the big
Hefe.
one.
Next caution was
big
when,
one.
yeah, I kind of locked the tires up and slid. It looked like I drifted.
Let's talk about that Tokyo drift there. That is
Tokyo
one.
drift.
That wasn't really a drift.
I mean,
but
no, you got
in a picture it looked like a drift.
You
but it
came
wasn't.
in, you locked them up, came in
Slow
there,
spin.
didn't really hit nothing.
I had
put
to put
it,
brakes in.
put
but
it- put it-
did.
put
yeah.
it in first, rolled on
Oh yeah,
through.
no, never lost, never had. I kept it running, so that was cool. I'll play the video here in just a minute, but
yes.
we'll have to do that here later once everything gets settled down. But I don't really know the copyrightness of that, but
I think it's okay.
yeah, I'm sure it is. But
Cars to our
I really
friends
don't
is-
want
they're
to pull it
friends of
all
the
up.
show.
Free advertisement. Yep.
It's not okay. Where?
Europe.
What are we talking about?
Oh, oh,
You
well,
brought it up.
pointless.
Producer Landon.
Yeah, I know.
So we're gonna talk about the crash.
I don't know.
Oh, the crash. Yeah.
Yeah, the crash. My crash, which was.
Wait. Whoa. So.
Oh wait, no. The next caution after the huge pile up in 1 or 4. Actually, what we should address here is the fact that my car was. No, maybe we should wait till the super. We'll talk about this at the super review.
Super review.
Yeah. So
Super car store review.
yeah, what the hell do you think?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Ever heard of one?
the next caution was Trevor Ward got ran the hell over.
By Ty
Oh
Gibbs.
my God!
Was it?
Yes, he did.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
I
he
don't know
did.
who
Over-
it was.
Up and over the hood.
Yeah,
It was
pretty bad.
I didn't see the crash itself.
Yeah, I had that.
I just
happen
seen the review of
Whatever it is, car store was very angry.
last time.
about that wreck.
Yes, they sent him to the rear and held him 2 laps.
Last time that
Jeez.
last
Yes.
last time that happened with Ty, it was he did that over my hood and he ended up on his roof.
Oof.
So not a good history
Oof.
as far as going over people's hoods.
Yeah, he drove
Yeah.
right over his hood.
Yeah, 2 hours later, you guys were on lap 45. You're right. I mean,
Yeah.
that race took 2 hours.
They
actually.
did. They held him. They held him 2 laps. I
Yeah.
think, for
Well,
that.
he got ran over, and like I said, we'll go over some footage here in a little bit, but just our outside opinion here, going through all that. Ty got into the 77, ran him over, big wreck, big junk. I almost got in that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
I was right against the wall, barely missed it, and then after that, I believe was my time to shine. Got a little airborne. What happened was the 98, I believe, squeezed the 15 into the fence. The 15 was directly in front of the 99 of Lane Ridge. My nose was under Lane's fuel cell at the time, and whenever the 15 hit his brakes on the backstretch and just stopped so suddenly, Lane turned hard. I turned even harder, but he didn't have no body on the left side of his car from the first wreck. So my wheels climbed his wheels and kind of sent me
It's
full airborne.
It's a weird feeling when your hands on the steering wheel, not doing nothing and looking up, no racetrack.
that kind of hurt.
It's not a fun feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I was flipping. I honestly did.
Yeah.
I've never been airborne.
It's not fun.
It was pretty scary.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It doesn't look bad, but like when you see asphalt, like out of your, or like I don't know how to explain it.
When
When
you
you
go
don't, when
up-
you don't see the sky and all you see is asphalt, that's when you kind of know, like, oh man, this is kind of sketchy.
Yeah. This could not end up
I
really
just want
bad.
to know what the 15 was doing. Like
Mhm.
He was
did
trying
get
not to hit
pinched,
the
I wonder?
fence.
I don't know. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Pinched.
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 No, he definitely
Pinched or
he
pinched?
definitely
I don't
got.
know. That's what we were talking about earlier in the video. It doesn't really look like he comes up on
I
him.
think he kind of got.
I don't know
he
if he got free off too.
I think
and kind
I
of grabbed
think
the
he
wall.
got freaked out because it looked like
Yeah.
Lemke was coming.
Gonna come.
Yeah.
I thought he maybe got free off too and kind of caught the wall.
I don't think he slowed down.
It
that
was
bad.
a pretty wild ride.
If he checked up that hard, it was a weird.
I mean,
Just the way it
every
happened.
time I've hit the wall at Hickory, and I've hit the wall a few times at
lot.
Hickory, I just keep on digging.
Yeah, you've hit a
Yeah.
lot of walls.
Well, you'll have that.
That does happen.
Yeah. Didn't you break your foot? What did you do at Myrtle Beach?
Actually did about the same thing Dylan did. I kind of ramped over somebody's
broke the toe.
tire who didn't have a body piece on that part, and then
Yeah, no.
knocked the toe
Knocked
really
the
bad.
toe out. Yeah.
And saw nothing but sky,
Yep.
and then saw nothing but asphalt, and somewhere in that process my foot got broken.
Yeah. You're gonna
So-
play the highlights.
Just so you know, Dylan, it could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was glad I didn't get. I mean, I didn't hit nothing hard. I just it was just a violent wreck. Like shit just happened
Yeah, and
so
everything
so
flew
quickly.
off your car.
Yeah,
And then
like
they had to tow the tow truck.
Yeah, I broke the tow
tried
truck
to,
too.
Tried to tow Dylan. broke it.
Hey, if you're gonna do it, do it.
Did you
big,
know that
son.
even happened?
I saw it on
Yeah,
Facebook.
towed the tow truck.
Yeah,
Couldn't
yeah.
get Dylan out.
If you're gonna do it, do it big.
Took 3
That's
tow
all I
trucks
can
to get
say.
Dylan
Yeah,
out.
that was crazy that we broke the tow truck and knocked the toe out of my car and
Pretty
broke
bad.
Stefan's foot all in one night.
Cover all your bases.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So moving on throughout that race, obviously that ended my night. The funny part about that was I went walking by the camera as they were videoing another car, and then right behind me came my hood.
Oh,
Yep,
with Seth?
they did.
Yeah,
Yep, that was it.
Seth was carrying my hood.
And they stopped you for the interview.
Yeah, and then then I talked for a second and didn't know what happened. I mean, I didn't. You can't really see at that
Yeah.
point, man. All you see is a spoiler.
He didn't seem very disappointed. He was just.
I already kind of got my frustrations out.
Yeah, you sat there
I was
for
just
a while.
thankful. I was just thankful to be there, man. I don't get to race as much anymore, and
10-4.
being able to just go race for, the best series
Right.
in the area.
Yeah.
Just getting to do that and running good and knowing I had a really good car was cool, and I was thankful to even be there. But not only that, just being able to show some speed. And I know I didn't really get to show speed, but I could
Right.
feel it.
We
Yeah,
were
the
saving
car
a lot.
was really,
we were
really
saving
good.
A lot too.
Yeah.
We
Y'all didn't have a hood there for a second. You were getting some
God.
real good cooling down to the
probably one of
brakes
the
and
most
to the
frustrating nights I've ever been a part of.
Mhm.
Like the first checkup with Justin, Ronald Hill comes in at maybe 20 miles an hour faster than anybody else and just puts us into the back of somebody else. So knocked all the ductwork in, come in, everything's fine, fixed it, go out, first lap, hood's on the windshield. So I'm like, oh, great. And then we get into 2 and it blows off. So didn't have a hood the rest of the race. So, I mean, everything stayed cool, but it was just frustrating. Like, God, I hate it when it's like that at Hickory. Seems like Hickory tends to get the worst.
Did
of it.
anybody try to fight you on the spotter?
No,
That's
no,
a win.
no. I didn't see any fights on. Oh, I almost did. The 77 and the 18 spotter got in it pretty good.
All right, well, we'll play the wreck
they were
here.
angry.
Yep.
Dylan's dad.
No audio.
You'll have that.
Dylan's dad stood beside me. I was. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Here's the wreck. You'll see us here, and he just kind of stops,
He
and then
stopped
I
hard.
kind of climb the hill.
Goodness gracious.
He just stopped, so and there's just nothing to do. I don't. It's
That
hard.
could have been
it's
bad
hard.
right there.
It's hard to explain, man. But like when you're right there, it don't feel right
Well,
when your ass
And
ends way off the
the
ground.
thing about that too is it happens so slow.
I
in
thought
your
I was
head.
gonna keep climbing over him and just tumble
Yeah.
and go into the catch fence.
But
Like, that's everything that I thought
I'm
of.
sure that also felt like it lasted about
Oh yeah,
5 minutes.
lasts for a while.
Did you feel like the car was destroyed as soon as
Yes,
you landed?
absolutely.
I
thought
figured that's the first thing that came to your mind.
after I landed on all fours again, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna get hit in the door. I didn't get hit in the door, and then I kind of like rolled down and hit the inside wall a little bit.
Play it one more time. Did you roll to the inside wall?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you're lucky you didn't get hit.
I hit the inside wall.
Oh, you're lucky you didn't get hit.
I didn't have time to stop it. I mean, we're
Dude, when
still
you-
rolling
Oh yeah,
quick.
right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, when you get
Could've been
spun, at least
Yeah,
that was close. When you get spun in the front of the field, I don't know if you're like me, Dylan, but like I'd take my hands off. Like I know I'm not gonna go anywhere. I just take my hands off.
I
the steering
pretty
wheel,
much just
wait
watch.
for people to hit me.
Because I just sit there and watch. If I'm about to get my
Yeah.
femur and hip broken, I'm gonna at least see what happens.
Yeah.
You know. So whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that was the
You should
majority.
play all the late model Rex while you're here.
Well, yeah, I guess we could
That'd probably be
Replay the
best way to
Ty
do it.
Gibbs one.
well,
Because
let me-
easily accessible.
let
You
me
could do the
go
big
through
one
something
too
real
when
quick.
Dylan drifts.
I know we need to
Oh,
have
yeah.
the Tokyo
DK.
Fast and Furious
Don't-
Tokyo
don't-
Drift
yeah,
going
come
on in there.
Come on.
put something here. There we go. We'll do a small version of it.
Oh.
Yeah, weirdo, huh?
Got a lot going on here.
All right, so we'll go to the
Damn, that thing was destroyed.
yeah. So that was after my wreck. That pretty much is the summary of the rest of the race right there.
Brandon Pierce ran.
Tommy
really,
Lemons made a really strong charge.
What
to
happened
come.
to him?
for somebody who doesn't like Hickory. Brandon Pierce ran really well.
Yeah, he did. It was a good battle, Barry, but we'll go back and watch the big wreck at the start.
What's that?
Here we are.
No, that was it.
This is
Yeah,
the
this
first
is
yellow.
where
Miss Dylan.
I
running over
ran
it.
that over. Here's a good one here.
I think this one's pretty obvious what
Ready?
happens.
Ready?
Not gonna say it.
Ready?
Clear.
Ready?
Clear.
And
but- Yeah,
clear.
he thinks he's
Clear.
clear.
Clear
Still there.
enough.
Still
You're
there.
still clear.
Still there.
Clear.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm
Here comes
wrecking.
Dylan.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Oh, nicely
Sliding
done.
those DMs.
You should have protested your spot back. You spin to
Okay,
avoid the
yeah, I
yellow.
know.
Put it in first gear and just roll on through.
Look at Ronald Hill's nose. Look how hard he hit us. Jesus.
Old man Ronald has had a tough go of it lately.
Yeah, I love him to death.
Yeah,
Clear
we're gonna have
enough.
Yeah, clear enough to wreck the field. Come on.
Yeah, so that was the first incident. And then there was a couple more. I guess we'll show at some point. It shows where Gibbs and the 77 got into it.
There it is, right there.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Just trying to straighten him out.
Straight over the hood.
He's just trying to straighten him out, Chief.
And the next wreck was this one. Was mine, of course. Just at this point,
I guess he gets pinched right there.
for people who haven't driven a car, you cannot really see anything at this point. And right there, you can see the car ahead of you.
Yeah.
That's your kind of peripheral guideline. At this point, I'm already looking into 3.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yep.
you're starting to get ready to get into 3. Well, maybe not this early, but
I mean,
somewhere.
you're getting all the way in the throttle.
Like right
at this
here,
point.
you're
Yeah.
already looking at 3, whereas I can't see anyway.
See-
You can tell that I'm about to dive to the inside of lane this lap or try to get a run. But the 15, you know,
I'm
when
telling
he's
you, I don't think it looks like he got squeezed up.
I'm
there.
telling you, I think he was afraid that the 98 was going to keep on
I
coming,
guess he-
coming.
I guess he
and-
maybe did it the lap before or something. And that's what had him scared. And he stopped hard.
but that wasn't I know for a fact that wasn't the only time that happened this weekend, because I think we need spotters. There should only be spotters up there that are financially involved with the driver, because most spotters don't give a shit if everybody's stuff gets tore up. I'm not saying it's, and obviously not you, but like
Spot right here.
there's a couple
Yeah.
of them.
Financially involved.
I don't
Don't
know
name
how
names.
I don't know how many times
Like
the guy
who?
ahead of me was cleared
When he
or
should've
had to have
cleared.
been
Should
cleared.
have been cleared.
Nowhere close.
Yeah.
I understand if it's late race and like I've got a nose there and he slides over it, but dude, I'm talking like 3, and most of it was a younger kid and just really just dumb shit. Like,
Right.
but
part of
still,
that, you gotta attribute part of that to inexperience.
how about that?
too.
Every spotter has to sponsor the race car.
I am out.
How
I'm just
about
messing with you.
Never
every
spotting
spotter's
again.
got to fix it if it wrecks?
I'm
Yeah,
never
that
spotting
can
again.
work.
Because
No.
I
If
think
it's their fault.
because we've got a whole,
Anybody
So
want to
we
buy a
could-
headset?
we can
I'm
look up
getting
we
out.
can look up the Eric Wilson in that situation.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
it, if I have to sponsor a race car, I'm not spotting it.
yeah, I'm
gonna
totally
watch
kidding.
in
I'm
the
just
suite.
I'm
No.
using that as an
If I was a
analogy
sponsor,
for
I'd
quit
just be
clearing
sitting there.
people whenever I'm at your right rear. Damn it, especially going into one.
I don't think you guys
I don't
realize
wanna
how
take
many
the-
times clear enough is actually said. Clear enough.
Yeah.
A lot of
I get
people, if they're not at your left rear, they're gonna clear you.
All right, well,
I'm not that way.
That spotter extraordinaire, Nick Payne.
Landon,
Landon, why don't you at least come
conservative.
sit
Come on
up
in, Mike.
here,
Come on
and
in,
then
Landon.
whenever we get done talking about the car story, you get your seat back.
You want your seat back? Land on.
Wipe your mouth off. Come on in.
Oh,
Well, man, that's your.
personal
It's my
preference.
seat, so you can leave if you want.
Hey,
No, does it have your name on it?
the hostility.
All right, so at the end of the race, Taylor Gray prevailed, which was a big surprise winner. Is he 13?
I believe he's 14.
I think he's.
You've got to be 14,
I
but
thought you-
everybody's
oh.
saying he's 13.
I believe he's 4. I would think he's 14.
The rules say you got to be 14. They were strict on that last year
'Cause
with Gage Painter. They said you won this race. You couldn't.
I have
So
no idea.
they're strict about that. I don't think he's 13. You can't be 13. So therefore, Taylor Gray, the 14-year-old kid, won at Hickory in the Cars Tour race, which I ran with him a lot. I ran side by side with him a lot. He's tough to pass. He's a good driver.
He ran the best
Ran
race.
for
Yeah.
Lee Falk. Yeah.
Well, what's
Yeah.
weird is Tommy got by him and had him. He checked out.
Yeah.
And then there was another caution, and the gray kid just wore him out.
Yeah. So
And it's like the gray kid, he seems really good. Like him and his brother, he seems to be the better of the two, and he's really really good. He did well in the limiteds too. I don't know, did he win a couple races in the limiteds?
I think he
yeah.
won 1 or 2.
Yeah,
He-
he won- he
yeah,
won a
I mean,
couple.
he's good to be as young as he is. I think he's got a long ways. I mean, he'll go
Yeah.
as far as he wants to. I think.
So yeah, that was cool. And moving on to the super race, we have
A little bit of controversy.
a little
Ooh,
controversy.
yeah.
A little bit of controversy.
We had pole sitter was Cody Connor, which was surprising. He had a really good lap. I mean,
You still got that Fury car?
1420 or
Don't know.
something, which was, I mean, 1420 is absolutely getting it at Hickory.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he was on the pole. Bubba Pollard was second.
Kind of a
third.
situation like you, just decided to show up. Didn't really have any,
Mhm.
Dude, he showed
Outright-
up in a small
outright-
trailer, too.
Yeah.
Well, he has
And he-
better reasons to show up.
Well, I mean, he didn't really have any outright plans like you did. And he said, "Hey,
Mhm.
let's go to Hickory."
Yeah, well, either way, it was cool seeing Bubba there again. Obviously, he enjoys the track. He got a. Is that his second win there?
No, I think it's his first one.
Really? I
It's
felt like
first-
he
I think
won
so.
something.
He ran good at the throwback race, but I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah, he
won.
didn't
Didn't
win
win
the
it.
throwback race. What about
No.
the first Hickory
He
race
didn't win it,
last
but I
year?
think
No,
he ran
he
it.
didn't
I don't
win
think-
it either.
No, he checked it off, and it's like one of the, I don't know, so many. They said it. In
He's
the
won at
interview.
like 23 different
Yeah,
tracks.
so many
something.
tracks. Now he's won at another one, is what they said basically.
Yeah, so that was cool. Bubba got a win, but it was
Very
a
second.
little bit controversial. Oh yeah, Josh Berry. You're right. Forgot about that.
Double
Josh
duty.
Ran second.
Josh Berry ran double duty. Ran.
He's at the pole.
well,
Right? No, who said
no.
Cody? said
Cody
the pole.
Connor.
Yeah, but Josh
Josh
was
was
like
quick.
right off of it.
Something.
Oh
broke.
yeah, they had the.
The hub
Did you see the qualifying deal?
studs broke or
Did you see
something.
that? Or
What?
no? The
Qualifying?
qualifying with Brandon and Josh.
No.
Oh yeah,
No.
not many people talked about that
What?
because I guess it wasn't broadcast, so nobody talked about it. So Brandon came around on his money lap. He goes into one, and they sent Josh. So on his money lap, he had to go around Josh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he got out and was very.
Let's also
Angry.
talk about
Like, I don't-
how Brandon drove from Martinsville after truck
Oh,
chief
yeah.
and Raphael Lazard,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
made it just in
Dennis
time. Dennis
practiced
tested
the car,
all day.
Yeah.
drives home from Martinsville.
Dude,
makes it in
Dennis was
time.
quick.
Yeah,
He still got it.
I think that needs to be.
Huh? Was he 6? I don't know.
Yeah. He
I was trying to
second
help
for a
crew
while.
chief it.
He didn't
via
mock up though.
telephone.
Everybody else was mocking up, man. He ran a 1460
Dude, Dennis
or
can
50.
get it.
Yeah, Dennis was in the car. He didn't have a mic or anything. He couldn't talk to us.
Dude, he's a
So
man.
Brandon's texting me changes to make on the car for him because nobody else can communicate to him really because, I mean, Brandon's crew's obviously not the youngest crew out there. But no, I mean, my dad's on there, so I can say that. He's the youngest one,
Mhm.
probably at 53 years old. So he was texting me
Well,
changes.
they'll throw
and-
down just as hard as any of us will.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's not a crew I'd mess with.
No.
But yeah, Hoke will mess you up, bud. But yeah, the Brandon qualifying deal, I think it hurt him on his lap a little bit. I don't know if he would have sat the pole. I know it definitely hurt him.
yeah, definitely.
But I think it's just he was annoyed at the flow, and then they stopped it to get the flow right because they were going to do that with every car, and I think it screwed him.
yeah, it
Well,
was.
I'm sure.
Dude,
I'm sure
I hate.
Josh did the same thing that most of us do at Hickory when we qualify. You go out, you go straight, and then cut it as hard left as you can. Try to get all the new off the tires. I'm
Yeah,
sure he did the same
that's
thing.
a weird exit though. You know, you exit off the back
backstretch,
You
yeah.
don't exit off
Yeah,
out
so,
of one.
yeah, he
So
exited
you
out of
don't
the
have
back.
exactly. So
Yeah,
you're,
so
it's
that's
a
bad
weird
deal.
I don't like exiting there really. Well, I don't know. I don't mind it. It's just weird for me.
but they
you know,
still give you a dead lap, right?
because I've ran 100 races exiting at going into
Right,
one,
right.
whereas there it just feels weird. Feels weird
Yeah.
all day. I get confused a lot. Not confused. You just forget about
gave
it.
you a dead lap in qualifying, though, right?
Yeah, you still get a dead
Yes,
lap,
yeah.
but man, the tires. Nobody's tires really worked in the first lap.
No. Yeah.
I like I said, I ran like a 30 in my first lap, but I ended up running a 90 in the second one, which ended up putting us in a decent spot. But
Right.
the first one, man, I mean, it was like hard chattering. I'm like, holy
Yeah.
hell. I've driven them before, but it was just like
Right.
I didn't expect it to be near that bad. It was
Yeah.
bad. They didn't, and I guess that's the deal. The cars for tires, they don't come in as quick.
I've always been interested to know because that's always been ever since the cars
But-
first came around. Those people say those F45s are different than the F45s you get your local track. I don't know why.
So they definitely don't come in as quick, but also the track was way more grippy, so the track's not going to be as abrasive, so it's also
Right.
not going to wear the tires in as fast. It's
Right.
probably like putting stickers on a motor mile. Probably takes them a while to go in.
Right.
Oh well,
Yeah.
still.
I don't know
I
the
feel-
exact difference in them. I don't know if are they different at all? Like the zone, like is the outer?
Yeah.
I don't
So
know. Like it could be.
moving on anyway
I don't
into
know.
the super
I don't
race.
know, cool.
Different batch or something. I don't know.
Mold.
The race was a lot less. Well, actually, for 100 laps, it was a lot less dramatic as the late model race, and then they wrecked every damn 2 laps.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
God Almighty, at the wrecks. I mean, it took forever.
Well, first they sent the guy to the rear, the leader to the rear.
Yeah.
He jumped the
Should he
start.
jump start twice?
He did. twice.
Blatantly.
Well, that's been the rule in
Well,
the
no,
car store since the beginning of it.
so
You know,
he did have
you
it-
get one chance, and if you screw it up, you got to go to the back.
He had an argument. The pink lines painted for the Hickory restart zone was
Different
way
than the
ahead of
cars?
the car store.
Oh.
So he was going in the Hickory box.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
So
stupid.
the last, but
They
but
hang
they-
up,
dude,
they're
they hang
so
up
bright.
they
now.
hang up the
they
banner.
used to be a little white line. Now, they're huge
so
pink
bright.
lines.
Are they really?
Like massive
So
pink lines.
the last line of the Hickory box is
it's
the
like
start
the
of the car
racetrack
store.
is pregnant because there's giant 2 pink
Yeah,
lines.
dude, he's
Or
not
wait,
kidding.
is that pregnant or
You-
not pregnant? Casey, does 2 pink lines mean pregnant or not pregnant?
pregnant?
Pregnant.
Pregnant.
You are pregnant.
Oh,
So
no,
you
Hickory
don't wanna-
Motor Speedway
You
is
don't want-
pregnant.
You don't want to see that.
Thank
one.
God we don't know the answer to that
yeah,
question.
yeah. Pull out game week.
My wonderful fiance.
Um,
So yeah, the last line of the Hickory box is the start of the car store. So
it
he was
means
going
pregnant.
in the
Okay.
Hickory box, and they kept saying he was going early. So he had an argument, but it was still.
But I mean,
wrong.
every time you go to a cars tour race, there they put up the banner.
I don't
and
think
the
he ever-
cones.
has he
I
ever
mean,
ran it. Like I don't know the kid.
I don't know.
He's
I
from
don't
the
know
cars
who it
tour
was.
race there before.
He's
Who
from
was
like I think from Canada.
Who was it?
I don't remember his name. Ran the Valvoline car, the '96.
Oh, Alexander.
Wyatt Alexander. Oh, he's run.
I
He's
don't
run
know.
cars tour.
I've
before.
never heard his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I don't think he had the best.
a lot
car.
of stuff shuffled around. I think Brandon and Bubba both saved a little bit. Nothing major. Josh
Yeah.
is 2. But them 3, at the end of the day, we all kind of figured that's what it would be. Was Josh, Bubba, Brandon, and maybe Matt Craig.
A little bit.
Matt was there. He was knocking on the door, but he was 4th. I mean, the class of the field was the Barry, Brandon, and Bubba.
Yeah.
3 killer bees. It was gonna be a hell of a show. Then Josh broke a I don't know what
Hub
happened.
or a
Broke a
wheel.
hub or a wheel or studs came on. I don't know what happened. They posted a picture of it though. But anyway, he wrecked going into 3. And Bubba spun to avoid the wreck. Bubba was given his position back.
I'm angry.
So
Triggered.
Absolutely.
Well, if Chris Regal admitted that was the wrong choice.
and
That's
here's
fine.
the deal. Before we sit here and flame him, like you said, he said that he made the wrong call.
Yeah.
And
That's
You
fine.
gotta
that's
fault it.
part
You
of
gotta credit him for admitting.
Don't do it. No, bring it over there and
Come
talk
on
to it.
in.
I want to hear what's on your mind because you'll
Take
say it.
Why in the hell is that a rule?
That
Since when in the history of any
I was
racing
gonna-
whatsoever, if you spin out and crash, oh my God, he wasn't the first car that wrecked, so we're gonna put him back up front because you know what, he deserves that spot because he did a heck of a job avoiding that wreck, so we're gonna put him back up there because you know what, I admire his effort to avoid that.
I wasn't
Next
gonna.
time, I'll spin out every damn time there's a wreck.
That's what I told Dylan. He should have protested his spot after he drifted because he spun to
Yeah,
to miss
that's
the
what I
wreck.
would have done. I would have protested every time you were in the wreck. You'd be like, I was just avoiding it.
No, I did it. It was definitely the wrong call, like
But-
you
That's
mentioned.
all
But
I wasn't
but,
gonna say anything. But
Landon huffing
Landon,
everybody.
Landon keyed up, and now I gotta say my mind.
So dumb, man.
That's
I understand that's your rule, but why do you have that rule? I just don't get it. Like, that's also like the give back rule or whatever the hell.
The tap rule.
Yeah, where if you wreck somebody,
Yeah,
you
the
can,
tap
like,
rule.
What is it? If you wreck someone, or if you're racing
Knock 'em
hard
out
with
of the way.
somebody and you knock them out of the way, or if they come across reason and you spin out and the car store gives you the opportunity to
Tap out.
and
Yeah.
give
Go to
them
the
their
back.
spot back, and you go to the back.
Who's gonna do that?
I'm not gonna do
What?
that.
No.
I don't think there's only one person that's ever done it ever. I think that was Majeski. You remember that?
I
He
do
tapped-
remember that.
He tapped out at Slinger, and Pollard got a spot back, and Pollard won the race.
That's what he's probably scared about Pollard.
That's
He's
yeah.
a big boy.
But Chris apologized, so it's okay.
yeah, well,
I mean,
Okay, so-
I was-
I'm cool with that, and I'm cool with him sharing the article saying that he apologized and all that. But how many times do you have to apologize before you start losing cars
Well,
and car count for
I-
costing people races? Because you have people like the Setzers who are going to forgive you for things like that.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I understand his side of it because you know the way the Hickory scoring box and announcing booth is all set up. He doesn't have access to the instant replay, whereas everywhere else he does. I understand his side of it, but I'm with Landon. Like that's since when have we awarded people? I'm not saying he did it just because he's Bubba Pollard, but since when have we awarded people for doing a great job spinning out to miss a wreck and not hit anybody?
heard of it either, but
Well, my question is he has people in there with him. Why are they missing this call? Danny Willard sits beside him. I know that for a fact. Did they both miss this call? Is this Chris making his own choice?
I mean, it's easier for us to look back and nitpick and pick and choose, but at the end of the day, I mean, it was heat of the moment. They don't have a lot of time to decide, and they made a decision. It was the wrong one at the end of the day.
Why is that even a decision? That's what I'm.
It should just be you lose forward
Why is that a
momentum.
rule?
That's it. Like
why
that's the simplest way to do it.
hell is that rule?
All right. Well, here's the deal. The reason it's a rule, but here's what he said. Everything I initially saw, but replay shows he got spun out by the 14 accidentally and didn't spin to avoid. And actually, the 97 spun and didn't hit anything either and got going ahead of the number 26. If he spins to avoid, it's the right call. If he gets help,
It's still not right.
That's wrong.
That's still not right.
If you are a part of the caution, I don't care if you hit anything or not, you go to the back.
Hell,
no matter what.
It's not big time NASCAR, but in any other NASCAR, I mean, it's not NASCAR, so I'm not comparing. It's maybe comparing peaches to apples or whatever, or apples to oranges, whatever the saying is. But
Peaches to apples.
I just like peaches.
I think it's apples to apples.
Apples to oranges.
But
Apples.
if you're
Apples to
gonna-
apples is a game.
I don't know.
if you even give up, like if you even slow down under caution in your major NASCAR series, you have to give those, like you have to fall back in line wherever you're
But
at.
it goes to the last scoring loop, which I know Hickory don't have scoring loops, but
Dude, I'm so
Lynn's
frustrated
right.
still over this. It makes me so mad.
If it was me and I was running second, wrecked, and I didn't inherit the lead, I would have been raising some serious hell.
Well, okay, so and the thing, he gives everyone in their spot back in that deal too. Fryer got his spot back. Nobody talked about that. He got his spot
Fryer
back.
was the one who hit him. Right?
Yeah, Fryer spun right behind him, and he got his spot back too. It's just a stupid rule, and we need to squash that before it becomes a thing. Because I can guarantee you, until he fixes it, anytime we spin in any crash, we're protesting to get our spot back. And every car should do
Well,
the
you just
same.
open
That's what he's doing, basically. Is
You open
saying,
Pandora's box
that's
to that.
and that's what I'm
yeah.
saying is he needs to go ahead and say, hey, you spin, you lose forward momentum.
Well,
you're part
I
of the
guess what
accident.
he's saying though is that he didn't spin out trying to avoid the wreck. He slowed down and got ran over from behind, but kept his car going, but only got passed by a few cars. Like he never actually stopped and spun out.
Let me ask you this: do you think he apologizes still and says he made the wrong call if he doesn't catch heat from Dale Jr. and people like that on Twitter?
Yeah,
Maybe Regal, maybe.
Don't know.
I think he does.
I'm not
I
saying
mean,
right or wrong. I'm just.
Chris makes wrong decisions, but at the end of the day, he's a pretty stand-up guy, and
I feel like they make
think
their
he was.
calls.
Just like everybody makes their own decisions. Just like
I feel like they never change their call or apologize until they catch heat. Like the Brandon deal with Lassard.
well, you're on the damn. You were
You're a little
involved in
biased.
that,
I'm not
so you're
involved.
super biased.
You're a little
no,
biased.
no. Involved in
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Involved in
You're
what?
fucking
You're a little
Setzer
biased.
versus Lassard.
No, I lived in Ohio.
Still, you
Yeah,
were
it
you were
doesn't- no.
Mr. Free Brandon
no,
guy.
but I'm saying no. That's what I'm saying is they were pressured to change their. Uh-oh.
What did you do?
Did you lose
Oh,
it?
nothing. No, we're good. It's just I gotta unplug the HDMI and plug it back in. Hang on.
They were pressured to apologize. I think that's what he did.
No, I think Chris.
Oh,
would.
no, I mean, I
think
like Chris.
I think
I mean, it's
Chris
fine.
would apologize either way. Because at the end of the day, he was wrong and he owned up to it. It doesn't matter. I don't care if Dale Jr. gave him heat for it or not. At the end of the day, he admitted he was wrong.
I thought it was pretty cool that Dale Jr. gave him heat for it.
Well, who cares about it? He's watching Cars Tour race.
I think that's great.
I don't care. It's not about a decision for me. It's about the rule. Talking loud enough.
Screaming at us.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think,
it's
yeah,
not-
and I
It's
agree.
not about a decision for me. I don't care if he made a wrong decision or not. He might have made a wrong decision, yeah, and he admitted to it. But I'm not even really worried about like his
Right.
decision making. I'm worried about why that's even a rule. I just feel like
And
it's-
what's going to change?
Yeah,
because
literally.
now something has to change.
It has nothing
worried
to
about Regal
do
making a bad
with
decision
Chris
because
Regal
everyone
or the
makes-
car
yeah,
store. It's
yeah.
just this rule in general.
Yeah, I'm not bashing.
Like,
I'm not
screw the
bashing
rule.
Regal. I'm
Well,
bashing the series.
I think
rule.
it's like Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is a perfect example. If you are in any way involved in the caution, if you touch the car that spins out,
hate that,
if you
though.
spin out, you go to the back. I mean,
I don't like that as much because if
well,
somebody cuts across your nose,
yeah,
what-
I've been at the
Then
Yeah,
again,
the
that-
butt end of that.
that's
yeah.
pretty
every
aggressive.
every fan out there can sit there and bitch about it all they want. It's still the
It's
best
a
series
simple
out
thing.
there.
You lose forward momentum, you go to the rear. Like, you're part of it.
Well, just like in NASCAR, where if you spin, it doesn't matter. I don't care if Joey Logano goes and spins, Brad Keselowski out. They are not going to give Brad his spot back because Joey spun him out. They both go to the rear.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're involved with a caution, you lose forward momentum, you go to the back. That's very simple.
If you stop to miss the wreck, I'm cool with. Like, if you straight up just stop,
What about me?
that's fine. Nah, well, you spun out completely. No.
No, he didn't spin out.
That's
you
where it's
spun out.
great. Like you can't make a rule, you
You
can't
spun
not make a rule.
Well, you
That's
spun
what
out
I'm trying to
completely,
say.
so you probably wouldn't
I
be
would
fine.
say that
Under my rule.
You weren't under full control. If you stop under full control,
But
Honestly, you probably should have gone to the back.
then it's still
and I did. That's why I did go
Yeah.
to the rear.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, we can sit here and have this discussion, and nobody gives a shit that we have it, and people are gonna talk shit about it on Twitter. Some people are happy. Bubba Pollard has a few $1,000 extra now.
5,000.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's still the best series out there. Nobody's gonna compete with it. They made a mistake. They admitted it. They'll probably make adjustments to that rule. They'll probably see changes in the rule book because of it.
That's good. I mean, that's.
I don't see any reason why they got a $30,000, the biggest late model stock event in late model racing coming up this
year.
Yeah,
Bigger
like
than Martinsville.
a week from now,
Yeah, bigger than Martinsville.
or next, not this weekend, but next coming up, and here we go. I mean, it's all they'll probably address it, I'm sure, because there's been so much shit about it.
Oh, I guarantee you it'll be a 15-minute conversation during the drivers' meeting in
Oh,
Orange County.
God.
I guarantee it.
No.
Imagine if a $30,000 to win race was decided by some stupid shit like that.
Yep.
That's all.
And that's what I said earlier.
I bet better that it
Is-
happened now than
That's
then.
what I'm saying.
You know
is
what I mean?
You can apologize now because it didn't really change much. Brennan still had 40 laps to run down Bubba and pass him, and he
Yeah.
didn't. So it doesn't change much. But when something like, say that happens with 5 to go, then that's when I'm going to be pissed.
Well,
I mean, Bubba Pollard would have won a race either way. Still the fastest car.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said. Brandon still had 40 laps to pass him,
I mean,
and he didn't.
Yeah. I mean,
at the end of the day, the guy that should have won the race won the race.
Yeah.
I mean, so lucky that it happened here, but
I mean, arguably Barry was better than he was.
Did Bubba?
Mm.
You got a question? Did Bubba ask to keep his spot, or did they just give it to him? I think he just pulls
I'm
up.
sure he could. To contest your spot, you pull up.
Bubba's just smart enough to do that every time
Yeah.
because it's better to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, so
I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right,
And
so
I think that's what happened.
that's part of it. But like we said, winner was Bubba. Brandon finished second. It was a heck of a battle. Brandon ran him back down. Almost got to him. Just
Yeah.
ran out of laps.
They were matched laps for a long time.
Yeah, it was a really good race. It's cool to see them guys go head to head. Two of the
The interview
better,
was good. Did you hear the interview?
no,
Bubba's interview was good.
two of the better super drivers
That's
in
what,
the
yeah, that's what he said.
in
And
the
both
country.
work really
Well,
hard
yeah,
on their own stuff. You know, Brandon works not only for KBM but on his own.
Yeah,
And that's
on
the
his
cool
own
part about
super.
Bubba is he doesn't really boast. He comes in and he wins the race and he pretty much wears everybody out and he doesn't gloat. He doesn't.
And he gives credit to
No,
Brandon.
he
and-
walks in. He says, "This is Brandon Setzer's house. To beat him here was cool. It was awesome. You know you're doing something when you can do that." And that's all he needed to say.
Yeah, it's
I
awesome.
completely agree.
And Bubba's a class act and probably the best driver in the country right now. Best late model racer in the country and has been for the last 2 years.
Mhm.
So, moving on from that, keep it with the Cars Tour for now. Like I said, the 30,000 to win race at Orange County is coming up. We probably won't see you guys until then. So, Peter, we'll go ahead and address that. They said they're expecting up to 50 late
Good.
model stock entries.
Good.
I guess they'll start 28, which is what they usually start.
Yeah.
Well,
and
I'm
that gives it
assuming
some,
with that many cars, they'll have a last chance race.
and that gives it some exclusivity too, because
Mhm.
you know it's if you make the race, that's an accomplishment of itself, just like Martinsville.
Yeah, it's
They're
Making-
also not going to start 50 cars.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
They
I mean,
start
Well, I'm just saying.
28.
Hey, let's race it.
Yeah.
50 cars.
Yeah,
Come
I'll
on.
probably
Come
decide
on.
to decide to race it on Thursday. Next Thursday.
Yeah, you should run it, Dylan.
Oh man.
But
No, I'm not gonna.
that
probably do
field's going to be harder to make than Martinsville.
Orange
Prob-
County is a
That's
fun.
50 of the best.
Orange County is
the
a
best.
is a great track. It's a great track for racing. Like it's a multi-groove track, and I think it's going to end up being one of the best
Yeah.
races of the year, if not the best race of the year.
People go
sure.
to Martinsville because it's Martinsville.
Yeah.
People are going to go to Orange County because they're a contender to win the race.
Yeah.
It's
And there's
50
going to
of
be
the
50
best.
of them. I mean, there'll be 10 cars that probably don't have a chance, but
At Martinsville, there's 30 good cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be 50 good cars at Orange County.
Hell, at Tri-County last year.
Hell
10K
yeah.
For 10K to win, there was
Dude.
25 good cars there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That field.
I think hell making that race.
Charlie Watson missed the field. Ronald Hill missed the field. Jacob missed the field at Tri County. Did you miss the field?
No, I was the second to last car in.
Jesus.
Pausing in my stuff.
That was a tough one to make. Justin ran second that whole race too. That was good for him.
Yeah. So I'm ready to see it. Probably go out and watch it,
Yeah.
or I might decide to race it Friday night before it.
You better go test.
Nah, be all right. Just send it.
They're gonna sell a lot of tires that race.
That place ain't that hard.
They're gonna sell $1 million worth of Hoosier tires.
Probably so.
Not
Yeah.
$1 million.
Be a lot of people.
Is it a 4-tire race? 2-tire race?
4.
Is it a 4-tire race?
I think it's 4. Yep, I'm pretty sure they made that to where all their big races are just still 4. I think maybe
Good.
6. It's not.
They've
it's
never
not.
had a 2-tire race.
No 2-tire races.
Yeah, they might have had a 6-tire race.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's maybe 6.
Yeah.
If I don't.
That would kind of
That's what I
suck
meant.
if it was.
You can only
too.
put on 2. That's what I
Right,
meant.
put on
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
I mean, that would kind of suck. Like if it, hopefully they just do it full. I don't know. I guess they could make it. What is it? 150 lap race? Probably.
It's gotta be more than that. If you're
Orange County's pretty.
if
pretty
you
quick.
change, I mean, we run 150 laps every time we run a car store race there. A regular car
Car
tires.
store race. I mean, you know what I mean? Like who knows? 150, 200 laps. something
Probably.
Like that.
It's probably 100.
I don't see them doing like 300.
I don't
laps.
see them doing
I think it's
250.
200.
Probably not on a set.
I feel bad for not knowing.
Probably not on 4 tires.
Honestly,
I don't know. Regardless, it's gonna
You
be.
got to stop for fuel.
Regardless,
I don't know. Maybe
it's gonna be one.
We put 2 sets on at Hickory to run
So you-
200 laps.
so
Yeah.
yeah, for the Bobby Isaac,
you
so
can't make it on fuel.
So you can't change tires in this
No.
race.
I don't think so. I think it's 4.
Yeah. So
Okay, well then.
Yeah. Well, they said it's 200. So if it's 200, well, you could probably make it on fuel, maybe. No.
Yep. 1250 to start too. That's a good point.
Now the SD20.
I did. Isn't that cool? That's our favorite prop.
I mean,
Well, I went in Dylan's bedroom and he's got a can of SD20 sitting on his freaking dresser.
Don't worry about what that man does
So
with the SD20.
I'm like, you're not a real racer if you don't love SD20. So we come down here and we're
Use it
like, what
for
can we hang
everything.
up? So I hung up some SD20 for you guys.
quit yelling.
It's not.
Quit
You
yelling
are
at me.
yelling.
You were
Bro,
yelling at me.
You made fun of my thing.
What thing?
That's
Look
the
at that.
That's
Look at it.
impressive.
You.
Langley says it's 6 tires, 200 laps.
You
Okay,
drilled
so it is a
hole.
6-tire race.
Engine. Hey,
Brew it. Is that can empty at least?
no, it's not ruined. What do you mean? It's
All
just
right,
the
This is
top.
what we're going to talk about. First of all, if you use a SD20 lid, you're not a real race car guy.
Yeah. Who puts
Who the
it?
hell actually keeps their lids?
I used to keep them.
And usually you get a new can,
Toss it.
there it
Oh,
is.
now it's
That,
a-
that
Well, now you
can's-
can't hang it up.
Now you can't hang it back up.
Who? I mean, why would we hang an SD20 can up? I'm gonna spray you with it.
Spray it in your mouth.
Let me see it.
Spray it in your mouth, Dylan.
Anyway,
Is SC20 flammable? I don't know.
It's all-purpose degreaser.
Probably
it
flammable.
degreases
I would
everything.
plug Zach products,
Okay,
but
here, let's
Zach
talk about
products
it.
is no
6
longer in
tires,
NASCAR.
6 tires, 200 laps. So you probably stop it.
Yeah. Okay. 6 tires. So that's.
I don't know. They probably
I
give
guess
you,
that makes sense for 200 laps.
stop
For-
it.
Pretty sure
75 to go.
every race that's 200 laps is going to be. 6
Well, you got to
tires.
stop for fuel, I think. So you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Probably
might as
100
well
lap
do 2
100.
tires.
Maybe they put 2 on.
I don't know. I think that car store does usually pretty late. What you got?
If it's a 4-tire race, it pays $12.50 to start. It pays $12.75 to win a Hickory.
That's.
I think I'd rather just go try and make the
That's
race.
what-
actually.
Why don't people do that,
You
Dylan?
come out better.
You get a Hickory win purse if you start the race.
I mean, it'd be tough to start the race.
Go win you a Hickory win purse starting 30th.
I wish the 30,000 win race would have been it. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Orange County, so.
It is
Dude,
a,
that
dude, it
place
is a
is
fun
so
racetrack.
badass.
That's one of my favorite racetracks.
Probably the
You're
best
gonna love
racetrack on the circuit now.
it. If you run, you're gonna love it. I'm telling you, you're
It's
I've
gonna
never
love
awesome.
seen
it.
it.
'Cause,
It's
I mean,
probably not a good race to like go run the first one out.
no,
So.
dude, it's not bad. I'm telling you, you go. I mean,
Like I said, I'll probably decide to run it like the Friday night
dude,
of.
qualifying in 3 and 4. I mean,
It's worked out
It's
so
about
far.
like a truck at a mile and a half. You go in there, lift a little bit, and then you're back in the throttle before the center of the corner.
It's just a 3-day deal. That sucks.
Yeah.
That blows.
Ronnie said starting park.
Starting park.
Yeah, I mean, we would come out. We'd
Make
come
a
out
little
looking
money.
good, dude. I mean, like you said, what did you say it was? 12.
1250.
1250 to start.
Damn. All right.
It's
well,
pretty good.
now that I guess we're gonna wrap up the cars tour, I guess we'll let Nick and Landon switch so we can talk to Landon, our co-host, who decided to show up late today, lost his seat for a little bit,
Makes
but-
my
And
ears
inform
hurt
us
back.
why he showed up late. He's got some big plans this
So
weekend.
these two need to y'all need to share the mic. Don't bite each other's damn ear off. Scoot over and
that's
put
way
the mic
better.
in between you.
I'm scooted.
There you go. Scoot it down. Sit elbow to elbow and get that thing.
Get on in.
There you go. Get close.
He rubbed my
Just
leg.
like old
I
times,
did
man.
not
We're back
touch your leg.
on the side.
Back at it, thank God.
Okay. All right. So
I did not.
I asked for a delayed start, couldn't get it.
Well,
So
I did
we were-
delay it 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, yeah, I needed like an extra 10.
Well, I mean, everybody goes to bed around 8:30.
Yeah, we used to start this bitch at 9.
I know, that was terrible. No wonder we had 11 people watching
yeah.
that. Anyway, so you got big plans this weekend. You're
Huge
making your
plans.
debut in the NASCAR Renegade Truck Series.
Yeah, really excited to bring the Renegade out. You know, it's been a dream come true to run the Renegade Series at Hickory, and you know, I think we got a really good piece for it. So, if it doesn't fall apart, this car doesn't have very good track history, or track record, not track history. Haven't had any liquor drinks tonight, by the way. Still messed that up, but yeah, it hasn't had a very good track record. I think it's completed a total of about 8% of the all-around laps it's supposed to have ran. But
damn, that 8% was the hardest 8% it's ever won.
oh man, she's been worked. She's been worked. She's won races now. This car is R.J. Williams' ride now, which was a past.
That's the one you spotted for last time?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's R.J.
We have. Did we fix the overheating issue?
Wasn't an overheating issue. He had the radiator fan exposed, and it ripped a hole in the radiator hose. And so it did overheat, but that was because there's no water in it.
That-
I
the
tell you what,
unit-
you'll have that
the-
big time
yeah,
Renegade
That
race.
does happen. The unit has been a little bit down on horsepower from the last few times I've seen it.
No, she's got some
Some steam.
she's got some poundage now.
She's got some steam.
Yeah. Hey, he was pretty solid in that race until had some issues. I mean, we were running like 5th of 12.
Did you ever win a truck race when you ran that?
No,
Okay.
I ran that old truck.
So this will put you. Have you ever ran a 4-cylinder?
Nope.
So this is your 4th.
This is a
division.
big weekend.
This
You've
is
ever
my
ran.
4th division at Hickory. Like I said, just super excited. You know.
I mean,
I'm
you
just
got to
ready
go
to
out
get after
there.
it. It's just a big
So-
I
opportunity.
could care less
Is-
about your late model or limited race.
Is
I just
RJ
wanna
your
see
crew
this
chief,
li- I
or
just
is he
wanna
your
see this.
spotter?
RJ is crew chief spotter extraordinaire.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I would have Rob up there, but I think he's just underqualified to spot the.
No, yeah.
I'll be there.
No, you got RJ at spotting.
Well, RJ might want to stay in the pits, the doctor, or just in case something
He's crew
happens.
chief.
And
I'll
he's
spot you
almost
every
killed
game.
me a few times on the spotter stand.
And I can record the race. I have my recorder set up.
I spotted for RJ one time. That was one of the best experiences of my
Boys,
life.
listen, all I can say is Saturday night.
If
You'll
you
be-
don't,
hey.
if you don't wear a G-Force fire suit,
Be looking for that.
You need to wear like
Number
glasses
21
through your
Nova.
helmet.
I
and,
don't know
like,
the whole deal.
yeah,
She's gonna be a rocket ship.
you need
man.
to wear like glasses through your helmet, old like
The
Rob
dirtiest-
TRD flame suit, like
The dirtiest,
in a-
mangiest,
Let me get a radio.
tight-fitting,
In-
high-water fire suit you can
I'll give you
find.
one if you want to spot for me.
I'll spot for you and I'll record it and we'll do a radioactive.
All right, that's fine.
We'll let Dylan edit it and we'll play it on the podcast.
I'll
yeah,
put a
that is
GoPro
right.
in there. All right. In all seriousness, though, I am going to drive RJ's Renegade this weekend. It's going to be fun. He's had some issues with it in the past, but he has worked on it a lot here lately, and I think that we've got all the kinks worked out. We'll see. Other than that, I am running Danny Johnson's late model stock car, so we're going to run the Twin 40s. I drove for Danny last year. Actually, I didn't drive. It's been 2 years. 2017 is when I drove for Danny. I ran a couple of races at Hickory, and then I ran one car store race for him. This is a new car that he's built, so should be a pretty good piece.
What kind of chassis is it?
It is I believe, a Marlowe.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get after it in that thing. It's going to be, should be pretty good. We're going to go test tomorrow, and then if everything goes as planned, I'm hoping to run the limited race as well, but that one's still on the fence just a little bit.
what kind
We
of motor you
are
got?
Triple duty.
triple
What
duty.
kind of motors in that late long?
It's a Harrington spec
Is that all Danny's
Enforcer. So
Stuff? Is that all his stuff?
the
All
race
Danny's
car
stuff?
is Danny's. Yeah, the race car and
Yeah,
motor
I
stuff
don't know
Danny's.
his stuff.
Yeah, he built it last year. He had a
How the
Lee
hell don't
Malone
he
car.
drive it?
Danny?
Has he ever
I
driven?
don't know.
I just
think
don't
Danny's
like
raced
that's
before.
crazy to me how you can
I
just
saw him
own.
on
I mean, I know you
podcast.
gotta love racing to do that,
I
but
met
like,
him when he was
golly,
racing
still
with
just to
Rev.
drive it.
Yeah.
That was way back.
Yeah, that's how I met Danny through Rev, and then got to know him a little bit better through old Mamba,
Oh,
Dylan Smith, because Danny helped him out for a good while. And then actually the race car that I've been racing for the past 2 years, the Torp chassis, that was Mamba's car, but Danny also, I guess, partly owned it. So that was also kind of his car too, and he just gave us the go-ahead to put it together. But it'll be a good piece, and then if we are able to make the limited race, that'll be in Jason Smith's car. I'm not exactly sure if we're going to make it or not. He's been having a few issues trying to put it all together so we can go test. So I don't really exactly know where he's at on that. I need to talk to him, but it should be a fun weekend nonetheless.
Yeah, this is also true. Cowboys don't be coming for your ass.
Big,
Go ahead and talk a
big,
little junk to Cowboy.
big weekend.
Is
He'll wear your
Cowboy
ass
in here
out.
right now?
I don't think so.
No.
You'll probably see it.
I got
He
some
kinda
news
usually
for-
comes in at some
I
point.
got some news for old Dale Weaver.
James Dale Weaver.
See that?
He's coming for you, boy. I hope
It's going down.
Oh man, he's gonna talk so much junk at the track. Boy, I'll wear your ass.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Hey.
Yeah. So it sounds like a nice, eventful, exciting weekend for you. At least you get to go run some laps. As you can tell, I'm not doing anything this weekend.
Going modified racing.
Yeah, we're going to race at Bowman Dre in the modifieds. That's about the only class I believe we can make it in. Probably past Tech too.
Probably so.
Dude, just take a sledgehammer or a porta power and get those front horns back straight.
It actually didn't get the radiator. It looks like the radiator is probably killed, but it's not. It's in pretty good shape.
Just a ductwork.
Yeah. So
And old Eric.
we're
We got a
we're
fabricator in the house.
yeah we're in good shape.
In all honesty, I think Cowboy does car chief like 95% of the Renegade division at Hickory. So
Eric's like that.
I would not be surprised if at some point Saturday night I become a part of that garage.
Well, it's an esteemed
In
group. at the end of the
literally
day.
in the matter of one night, you might get your name on the Hickory Wall of Fame, whatever it's called, tradition one.
I'm just like I'm scared to do if I win, I feel like it's a Renegade tradition to do a hell of a burnout.
What if you win all 4 races?
I mean, I want
What
you
are
to
you gonna do?
grenade it.
If I win, yeah, two
Then
lates, limited, and a Renegade.
I want you to grenade that thing on the front stretch.
I'd feel so bad.
RJ's put his heart and his soul in that thing.
All I'm saying is, if we win, listen. Are you coming?
No.
Where?
I'm not.
Why? You're not
he
coming?
never hangs out with
Are you
us.
kidding me?
I either race.
He's busy.
You're not gonna come
What are
watch?
you doing this weekend?
Probably not. No. I've been to the racetrack every weekend. I
He's
need to, like,
busy.
sleep for once.
He's busy. He's got a personal life.
I don't know. I might come watch, maybe.
You got to come watch because if I win the Renegade race, I expect
I'm not
you.
coming to celebrate.
Please,
No.
please.
I'll
Why?
try.
We'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings. That was the
Actually,
last time.
If you win,
Yeah, you
if
should've
you
been.
win
I feel
the Renegade race, I'm bringing beer. I will 100% bring.
I'll
I'm
shotgun
gonna-
one in Victory Lane. No, I got a race after that.
Oh yeah, you can't.
yeah.
Ah, man, I'll do it for you then.
Hey, I've seen people down beers in between Twin Forties before. It's
I don't
not
think that'd be a
unheard
very
of.
good
Yeah.
look.
That's not unheard of.
It's not unheard of.
Maybe if I was like Mac Little or somebody
Yeah,
like that, I think he could get away with it.
he's a man. I mean, he's been racing for what 160
Hold on.
years. So.
You better hope he
He
here.
has
He,
like
he
two.
hurt
He
you.
has like he
Mac-
has like 2
Oh, he
million.
hurt
Me and
wins
Mac
on-
get along.
He has like 2 million limited and probably late model wins too at some point.
I'm
One of the
pretty sure
best
he
you'll
won
ever-
it.
One
He
of the
won-
best you'll ever see at Caraway.
He won the championship at Caraway last year, I think.
Yep.
Are we? Where at?
In the comments.
It's just because I mean, yeah. But anyway, it's like gonna be a second. It'll do that every now and then. Disclaimer: the audio will be back and forth. It's how it works sometimes. But
That's not good.
no, I mean, it's still gonna work. I mean, we'd have been in good shape, but then now we're all jacked up. But
On Mountain Dew.
Yeah, buddy of mine. Yeah, buddy of mine bought about a 1987 Camaro out on the West Coast. He lives out in Vegas, and we're planning on going to do the.
sounds like he's living rough.
Yeah, I bought it for like 500. Dude, bought it for like $500. We're gonna go race it at the Lemons race at Sonoma in
Oh, yeah.
December.
That
Oh,
sounds like a death trap.
That's gonna be a big deal. That is gonna be a good
That sounds
time.
fun.
$800 or $500.
We've talked a lot about late model stock racing tonight, and usually we kind of do that last. But tonight I had some things that I wanted to bring up. It's probably not what you think it is.
This is great.
Look, first and foremost, I had it planned to talk about the NASCAR schedule change. I'm pretty sure we're all cool with that.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Pocono, the reason they're having a doubleheader because this is probably the last year that they're going to have 2 Pocono races. So they're just doing this to
One
like
weekend.
get rid of it.
So,
I mean, I'm
so
just curious.
I think it's cool with the Pocono deal. They're not going to increase ticket prices, so you can go to 2 Cup races in 2
Mhm.
days, an Xfinity race, and a truck race.
Yeah, I mean it's cool.
That's
I mean
pretty cool.
it is what it is. I'm totally fine with every schedule change they made. As a pit crew member, I'm pissed off that you'd have to fly to Phoenix for the last race of the year.
Hey, but you get 7 weeks off.
Yeah.
7 weeks off, 2 weeks straight during the Olympics.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
I didn't realize that this was the last weekend Pocono was going to get 2 races, but
Well, it's not
my
announced,
first
but we,
my
you know,
first
figured.
thought
That's just my assumption.
my first thought was, why Pocono for a doubleheader?
I mean, I
Like-
think that's why. Because
I mean-
they didn't want two different. They didn't want to have to go there twice. So they're like, let's just knock it out
Hey,
in one race.
I don't even want to go there once.
With this
well,
package,
they can't just not go there.
well,
they
with
have
this-
a contract.
With this package, you don't. There's no telling what's gonna be. I'm gonna miss it the fact that they don't shift there anymore. I used to love that.
Oh yeah.
It didn't add anything to the race, but I just love the fact that they shifted.
I don't think you should have to shift on an oval.
I think we should talk about
Lemons racing would be fun.
Phoenix
Not gonna lie.
Hey, we shifted Phoenix.
Why is the Phoenix? Why is it?
Phoenix is the dumbest thing they could have done.
Why?
Why?
Why not end it closer to home?
Phoenix is a great race.
I'm on board with not having to fly far away to go do
Think
pit
of
stops or
Bristol,
whatever. But
who wants to be at Phoenix?
Dude, Phoenix is
Bristol's
a
in
great
the
race.
Bristol's in the playoffs now. So is Darlington.
Somewhere close.
Those were 2 good moves,
Where you can go home and see your kids that night.
No, that's irrelevant.
dude. Everyone flies back anyways.
Yeah, they fly back that night.
You say that.
If you drive
Not
to
everybody's
Phoenix,
on Victory.
I understand your argument as to like maybe having it at Bristol or Martinsville, but it has not a damn thing to do with the fact
Hold
that
on a
you get
second.
home
Charlotte's
that
more
night.
practical than
Nick Payne.
No, that track's
That's
up.
irrelevant.
Oh, okay,
There's-
yeah.
It's on Victory.
So
This is one
this
of the
man is
worst
complaining.
takes I've ever heard from Nick Payne.
No, I'm saying, but we're lucky enough to be on Victory. You got to think, a lot of those Cup guys, some of those guys might not be on
They do
Victory.
not drive home from Phoenix. No Cup guys drive home from
I'm not
Phoenix.
saying they're driving home. I'm saying they're probably not getting home that night.
They're getting home the next day.
Maybe. We don't know. But I'm saying Charlotte's
Okay.
more practical than
Okay,
Phoenix would be.
okay, I understand what you're
Right?
saying, but at the end of the day, that's the last race of the year, and you're gonna have the next 3 months to spend with your family.
And this broadcast is brought to you by.
I don't think one day makes a difference.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I think they should rotate it every year. I think
They said
I
they're
think-
gonna go to Phoenix for the next 3 years.
I think they should go to ISM next year. I think the year after that they should try something else. They
Bristol,
should Bristol
Darlington.
or. But I do like the fact that the final race to get in the final four, the final
Daytona.
is no to get in the final four
Oh yeah,
is Martinsville.
no, that's the second to last race.
That's
Martinsville is the second. Yeah, oh yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. The final
sorry.
freaking race.
Oh,
Before you
final.
laugh and be a little smartass,
I didn't laugh.
the last race to get into the final four is Martinsville, which is
penultimate
gonna
race.
be crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
How about Daytona being the last regular season race?
yeah. I mean, it's usually not any desperation. I mean, I think it gives the chance for desperation moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like beforehand, you don't really see many. There's not really any guys. Like there might be 2 or 3 points guys that are like on edge. Usually like whoever's in 16th, and then like the guy below him.
Honestly, I think it
But
being
chances are they don't win
I
anyway.
think it being at Daytona is going to be more of the single file up top racing because nobody wants to get in trouble because nobody wants to miss a chase. At least the people who matter.
They should finish it at Hickory. Yeah, I think they're about 20 years behind on that one.
Well, if we're going to go to Hickory, might as well go to
I
Northwest
thought we
Row.
were going to see a new track.
They can't do that. So
I
all
for sure
so
thought
all
we'd see
Next
all,
year.
all the
21
Yeah,
is when
all the
it'll be
tracks.
announced next year, but it'll 2021
all
is
the
on
all the
schedule.
contracts are for this year.
So my question is, does the truck schedule?
Yes,
So
reflects it.
it does reflect it
Yes,
completely.
yes.
Mhm.
That's,
So all 3 are going to end at Phoenix, and all the companion races that were this year are going to be just mixed. I don't know where they're going to do as far as standalones, but
It should be great for development pit crew guys because now we get sent to all these races where it's not companions. There'll probably be races where it used to be companions and now it won't be.
Mhm.
You know, they'll send us to do the Xfinity cars. So there's some good out of it, but overall, I like the schedule change. I think everything with it, I'm on board with. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction.
I think 2021 is going to look even more different.
Yeah, they're gonna have more short tracks, I believe for sure.
I think Nashville is a definite. I would like to think.
Nashville is
still in thing.
is a no question.
Rockingham is the no question. I think.
I mean, Jack
How
said
about that?
this is something we didn't address. It's kind of like on your what you're talking about at the end of the year, but he said the West Coast swing at the start is going to be tough on teams. But I mean, they are going to. You got to go to Vegas,
It's
Fontana,
it's
and
3 races. You know, the
Phoenix
same-
right off the rip.
Yeah,
Don't they return? And
Well,
then go
it's-
back once?
No,
they go back to Texas.
it's all together now.
Honestly, it's the same it's the same thing as it is this year, just without Atlanta after Daytona.
Yeah, The thing is, I think that
So-
they, a lot of the smaller teams are going to bank on Daytona, but then they also kind of like being able to go to Atlanta too, and then having that security, and then they take the West Coast swing.
Right.
They took that away. We'll see how it works. I mean, you don't know. I think the first 2 truck races they've had pretty good truck counts all year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So there were 38 trucks at Martinsville.
How many was that at Vegas?
32.
Yeah, same amount.
Huh?
Did they send home at Martin?
Six people.
They start at
Yeah,
32.
but they were like,
Oh, I thought it was 36. Did they
Yeah.
send home?
Cody Robaugh, which
they
is a
sent
good
Dawson
truck.
home, didn't they?
Dawson, Norm, Jennifer Joe's truck, and Tony Marakovich, I believe. But the Cody Robaugh one was because he went and tested up at Martinsville, and he still missed the race.
Damn.
So that
That
was
sucks.
a blow for sure.
Sounds expensive.
That's he has an ARCA car, right? The black and neon green one.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
ran some truck races last year too.
How do you say his name?
Cody
Robaugh.
Robaugh.
Roball.
Yeah. Had Shane Huffman. Crew
I
chief in.
worked so hard on trying to say that last name when I seen it at Daytona. I couldn't figure it out. Will the schedule affect which races Cup guys run in lower series? The great Kyle Busch debate.
I mean, it's still.
It
gonna
depends
be,
on if they are
5.
companion or not. But no, he'll still run 5. Yeah,
it's still gonna be 5.
it might not be the first 5 races, but he'll still run 5.
It just depends on what the dash or cash races are in trucks and Xfinity. Because
Rock-
that limits. I mean, you can't run any dash or cash races, and you can't run any playoff races. So, like right now, Kyle can't run Bristol this year in a truck, and he runs it every year in a truck because it's a dash or cash race.
No, he couldn't run Bristol because it was the cutoff race. It was the regular season finale. So, like, remember how Harrison got sick at Bristol
Oh
in
yeah,
the truck race? They put Christopher in it because Kyle wasn't allowed to run it.
he can't run it this year because it's a dash or cash race. I'm pretty positive. Because
Like
now,
one of the Triple Crown races.
now we have dash for cash in trucks or some.
It's the triple. Yeah, it's the Triple Crown. Yeah, it's Gateway. Bristol. Is it Texas? What's
I don't
the
know.
third? I can't remember. What the
I guess
third
I
one
could
is.
see him bringing Xfinity and Cup back to Gateway as well, huh?
Gateway will get a date for
Xfinity.
Xfinity. Memphis will get a date for trucks.
They got to go back to old Lucas Oil. Oh, LORP,
racetrack.
man.
They're gonna
Great
go
racetrack.
Rockingham.
Rockingham will be back on the schedule because of all the
Passing
updates.
state
Yeah.
funding,
Mm.
it's pretty much a death.
I think
Nashville.
I agree with you.
Nashville's a definite.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
come back because they're
I agree with
renovating.
you though. I think we need to go back to IRP or LOR. At least Xfinity
Iowa
and
will be on the
trucks.
Cup schedule probably. Iowa will probably be on the Cup schedule in 2021,
Probably.
and
Should've
it'll
been
take
on it 5 years
it'll take
ago.
a Pocono race away. That's why they're doing the doubleheader weekend. I don't foresee this doubleheader week. I think it'll be neat. Honestly, it will be kind of cool. I hate it's Pocono, but it might. At least they're doing
I
stuff.
wonder how short the races will be.
I don't know. I thought
Okay,
about that.
I
I
was
wonder
having
if they
this
do
debate.
like 200-mile
Martinsville-
races or something.
Martinsville could 100% be 400 laps, and I wouldn't know any different.
It could be 300.
500 laps is just too long.
I watched one stage.
Yeah, but it's not that long though.
500 is a long time.
Yeah, 500 laps, but
I know it doesn't take. It takes as long as a 200 lap race at Fontana or whatever, but I mean, you can make a Martinsville race and a Bristol race 400 laps.
400 laps will be okay.
Yeah, 350, whatever.
Hmm.
I think 500.
I think it'll be fine.
I don't think they'll ever.
Memphis
lower
is getting
that.
trucks, right?
I mean, it is
Yeah.
a long ass
That's
race,
what
but that's just kind of.
That's what I heard.
Memphis will get trucks because the whole reason they did the K&N deal was
Memphis is a cool track.
Start to the Americas. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
No,
Texas, the F1 track.
I don't think they'll go.
Ugh.
I don't think they'll go there.
I mean, I wouldn't hate
heard that
another
was a
road
lot,
course.
too.
I wouldn't be opposed to another nice road course like that.
And we just added the Roval.
Yeah, the Roval, but this one is like this is the Grand Prix of America now. I mean, this is the F1's only. This is America's track. It's supposed to be. So I mean, it would be cool to see NASCAR there. We're kind of supposed to represent America.
We
America's.
should go to London and race.
they went to.
You realize-
Japan.
Japan. We should go to
Yeah.
an exhibition in Japan.
They
I
did
don't think-
too,
I
I
don't
think.
think you'll see any Cup races in
Overseas.
country anytime soon.
There's not enough interest.
It'd be cool though.
Other than Canada or Mexico.
I don't think they'll go back to Montreal or they'll go back to Mexico.
They could go. That'd be their only.
Now trucks go to Mosport, but I don't think Cup will ever go.
There's
to
a pretty
Mosport.
loyal following in Mexico for
Mhm.
NASCAR
Yeah,
Mexico
NASCAR.
Series. The only problem is Carlos Slim literally owns like
Every track and every
78% of
driver and
the,
every sponsor.
yeah percent of the Mexico period.
IRP. Yeah, everybody likes IRP. Yeah, that was a
It was a great race.
always.
Yeah.
It's fun as shit to drive on iRacing too. I love that track.
IRP.
IRP.
Just bounce it off the fence, keep digging.
You know who needs a truck date? Dominion.
Yeah, but
I mean, yeah, it would be cool.
it'll never happen. Yeah, it could do it.
But I don't.
Yeah, Motor Mile, and with all the renovations,
I'm
like
telling you, dude, you put safer barriers at Myrtle Beach. South. I mean, they were talking about doing that with Greenville, Myrtle Beach, probably 3 or 4 years ago, taking trucks back there. It just never came to fruition.
I don't see why them little.
it's because Myrtle Beach was going to get like a stupid, crazy renovation, and then it didn't happen. But it was going to go back there. They also were talking about taking them to Greenville, and then literally they took trucks and tested at Greenville because they thought they were adding it to the schedule, and then they ended up not. But like Red Horse took trucks to Greenville, a bunch of people took trucks to Greenville and tested.
Yeah,
that place is fun.
Yeah,
It was fun.
look, you can tell. Oh, my grandpa came in here and said if NASCAR gets rid of the free pass and drive around, it'll make people race again. I mean, he's an old timer, man. That's how he came up. It didn't have no damn lucky.
Earn your lap back.
No lucky dog back then. So yeah, I mean, you never know. There's so many.
This is true. This is true, but I'm gonna argue with Dean a little bit. Back then, also, if you were a lap down, you restarted right beside the leader. Now you have to fall to the back.
Well, another thing too, back then you raced back to the line when a caution came out, so the leader would back off and let all the lap cars go ahead of him.
And it was single file restarts too. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. If you're a lap down car, though, you started at the front, so it was easier to race to get your lap back. Now that everything's double file and you have to fall to the rear, that's really your only option when the caution comes out.
Yeah, I believe I would take double file restarts over racing back, but. You know,
because going back and watching those old races to single file restarts, I'm just like,
yeah, it is weird.
It's like they get so spread out so fast.
Yeah.
Even the dash races that are at the short tracks when they restart single file, watch a few of those. It's like
even like when they started Daytona and stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah,
like when you go back and watch them race.
I think it makes the most sense to go to South Boston probably for trucks. New surface.
The only thing you have
best crowds. You'll have a Billy Bob.
Sean. Let NASCAR drivers smoke and drive again.
That's what we're
Dick Trickle, man. Come on, White Knight. You kidding me? Most wins all time. Yeah, Billy Bob. For sure, man. So enough of the schedule stuff. We've been talking about that for too long.
You said we weren't going to talk about it.
Yeah, and then everybody just decided to chime in. But I said
I enjoyed that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, we need to be said. It's fresh.
Yeah.
It's not over hyped yet or over talked about. Saturated, whatever you want to call. Kind of like your picks, saturated. Yeah, look at you. You cut glass right now.
Hey,
it's cold in here,
Is it
man.
cold here?
Yeah.
Tell us about your clothes. You're 75.
Nope. He didn't pay for the sponsorship time. He doesn't get to talk about it.
No, you got to pay.
Nope. We need a fourth mic.
Did you bring my shirt?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can do a shout out then.
I mean, I've just been thrifting.
End of shout out.
Shout out your Instagram.
It's at 75threads.
He goes
but
to
I got
Goodwill.
I got some crazy vintage heat.
He steals clothes from needy families.
Jesse says is Landon lactating.
Oh, God.
Right, yes.
Not yet.
Jesse Vaughn up here.
Not yet, but
Landon.
Do you go to like all the Goodwills around here?
there's a trick to it. You can't just go into a retail store. They're not gonna have like the good shit. You got to go sort through bins.
You know, Goodwill is for needy.
You ain't gonna do it.
It's
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Goodwill is for the needy. It's not for you to.
$65-$70 jacket out of
It's
there.
still for the needy.
Yeah,
They
this
take free clothes and sell them.
for 25 cents.
It's like $4 for a T-shirt now.
yeah, that's why I shop where I do.
Oh, okay.
It's a
You
scam.
pay by the pound, right?
Yeah.
He pays by the pound.
You got to be at the right places, man. That's all I'm telling you.
Well, you can tell me after.
I tell you, we're about to get a lot of good Landon's pick of the weeks
Did you
with all
get
this
your
thrift
shoes
shopping.
in today?
No, because I didn't order them. I didn't order them from Finish Line.
Oh, I got mine today.
Anybody who ordered from Foot Sites got them in today, but I ordered straight from Adidas.
Yeah, I got mine today. I'm so
So
happy.
it'll probably come tomorrow.
Look what your grandpa
Dude,
just
your
said.
grandpa.
I don't know. At least he did. Pull them hats off. Need to know who's talking shit. Oh boy! I tried to get him to come on tonight. He told me he didn't have time.
Hey, we have.
No, I'm just kidding.
We have a
He's
call-in.
coming on here soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the call-in thing. I want to do it, but I didn't think about it, but I don't have a way to screen
It
it.
could go very well or very bad.
This is live, so I can't screen them, and like they can say very bad words, and I mean, so it's just like I would rather probably I would rather probably coordinate it a little better. Just talk to people maybe we know first, and then like maybe have a receptionist.
I don't know. That'd be pretty damn funny if it was just an unfiltered.
Maybe we. I mean, the problem is if we're live, so they can just say whatever. And it is what it is. But
the first call in says something completely like unacceptable.
Windshield Deep, you're live, man.
Thanks for your call. Next caller,
all right,
please.
and that's the end of the call-in segment.
Next caller, please.
All right. Anyway, so the winding down last half hour.
I'm really excited about this.
This is something I've been wanting to talk about.
I'm really excited.
Let's talk about the car store. No, I'm just kidding. Conspiracy theories. So every podcast, I feel like at some point discusses conspiracy theories, and I feel like this is our time.
Yeah.
Me and you've never talked about it on here, and there's a few very common, very popular conspiracy theories that are out there that I wanted to run through. And I wanted to get everyone's opinion. So in the comments, I want you to chime in. Let me know what you think about that particular one. You guys, same thing. If we get one interesting, we'll talk about it. If it's just like, no, not even close, we'll just say no.
Yeah.
But I'm going to run through a few of them. All right. So number one, JFK assassination. Was it a setup? Did they find the right guy?
I think there was more than one person.
Okay.
I think there were
Okay,
two shooters.
so let me say this: you can't just blurt out an opinion and have no backing for it. So, all right, what's your?
Okay. You want to know why?
I think George Bush shot him.
Do you even know anything about the JFK?
All right, what is your? Yes, I do. I've watched the damn History Channel thing.
The Magic Bullet.
So let's hear your back.
So this guy basically had I can't remember what exact gun it was, but it was the most inaccurate gun at the time.
Yeah.
Like a shitty standard issue Army's crappy like an M1A1 with an iron sight on it.
And he
shot him from how many hundred yards away?
Like 600,
like
700.
Yeah, I don't think it was that much, but it was like 200 or 300 yards. I feel like
I don't know.
Dude, I mean 700 yards is like
that's sniper. That's sniper deal.
I think it was like maybe 100, 200 yards.
He shot that with a
still,
telescope.
I've never been there. I don't know what it is.
That is basically like at that time their scopes or their iron sights was like a damn BB gun iron sight nowadays.
So I just know what I've watched off the History Channel documentary when I was in about 6th grade, and this bullet went through. I guess it went through the driver and then like turned to go through JFK.
Yeah, there was a little. It was a little warpy. I can't remember which way it came in.
He said if there were two shooters, then it would easily explain it.
It got him pretty good. I don't know if you've ever seen the up close video, but his whole head fell off.
We're not. I don't know why I just laughed, but it's not. It's not a laughing matter. It's very graphic.
Yeah,
his head got blown off at the end of the day.
It was a setup. Rational
set up by LBJ. Yeah, what's with that? The
LeBron James did it.
Yep.
LeBron James. You're not my dad.
Like if you like go through the footage, like there's this like lady with an umbrella sitting on a thing, and they can never find her.
She's
got a camera, and they've got all this weird stuff. Like there's all sorts of just theories about it.
Okay, I don't know if the government set it up or who set it up, but I don't think Lee Harvey Oswald was the one that did it.
Well, I think it's a little.
What?
They shot him from a lap at Langley.
Jesse said 700 yards is 0.4 of a mile.
I mean,
he shot him from a lap at Langley.
He shot him from.
But don't you think it's a little sketchy that Lee Harvey Oswald got shot that night and killed? So he can't say. I mean, nobody knows.
No doubt. I don't think Lee Harvey did it. O.J. Simpson. Was he?
Did he do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. 100%.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he killed the hell out of her.
OJ is guilty.
Lee Harvey did it. Lee Harvey didn't. OJ did it.
OJ did it. OJ 100% did it.
Yeah, I seen it. He did it. Oh.
So
son
Nick's
did.
fiance,
Hey, you cover, you did
she
it.
chimed in and she says that he was covering for his son who
Whom
did it.
Who did OJ?
And you gathered that from the Netflix show?
Are we talking about OJ or are we talking
I'm
about
just saying-
JFK?
I thought we were
OJ.
talking about.
No, this is OJ. Where are you behind?
don't
I mean,
know
we
what
were sitting here talking
about.
to you to your face.
I don't know what we were talking about.
Dude, this is wild.
I haven't watched that, so I need to watch
OJ
that.
did it. I watched the show on
what's it
FX
called?
with Cuba Gooding Jr. and it
I know
was
what she's talking about. It's a
fantastic.
Netflix
The
show.
one with Cuba Gooding Jr. or the documentary one?
That's the one part. That one's good.
Yeah, have you ever seen the interview with or no? He
Seth
wrote
Rogen?
he wrote a book about it.
And James Franco?
He said I didn't do it, but if I did do it, I would have done it this way.
Yeah.
That
literally
makes you
wrote a-
sound pretty guilty.
Literally wrote a book about it.
Yeah,
If
and he
you
basically
are thinking of ways that you
It
would
made money
murder
off
your
of it.
wife,
He basically like tells exactly how he did it.
Okay.
But I have seen that.
And
made
then-
money off of it.
did the opposite.
Hey, but that's how I
Yeah.
would have done it, you know.
If the
Okay.
glove doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Third one, moon landing.
Yes,
Did we land on the moon
100%.
in night? Fred, when was it?
1969.
69.
69.
Did we land on the moon?
100%.
I'm in 100%. We
Nick
went to the
says
moon.
no.
We didn't
All
go to
right,
the moon.
Ryan Newman.
I'm not allowed to talk about any of these because I have more controversial views on conspiracies.
Controversy. We welcome controversy.
I 100% see the reasons why it could be believed that we did not land on the moon. However, I'm American and I bleed red. We landed on the damn moon.
Hell yeah.
America.
Hell, 3 for Dale.
Hell yeah, brother.
Take your poll. You guys-
Yes, sir.
they
I
all
mean,
said yes.
an explanation I've
Damn
heard.
right.
So an explanation I've heard of it, because the whole controversy is with the flag moving and all that. I've heard, and I don't believe this, but I know it's a theory that they staged the picture because, like, with the radiation, because the
The
moon,
picture was,
Yeah,
it
the
wouldn't even
moon-
work.
the moon has no atmosphere, so all the radiation from the sun would just eat through the film. So I've seen where people think that they staged the picture, but they did actually go to the moon.
I can understand where there's some speculation. Like, how in the hell in 1969, when we really didn't have hardly any kind of machinery or
You know that you've heard the theory
space
where
age
where
technology, did we land on the moon, get out, walk around, get on it, come back, and land?
like the computers that
I
took
get
us
it,
to the moon
but
are
I
as
don't.
powerful as our iPhones.
It's crazy, but I still believe it.
Yeah,
You know,
I think
hate
it
for
landed.
that.
You've
I would
been
hate
pretty
for
silent
that
on this
ever
one.
to be not true.
Landon,
But I can see where it couldn't be.
You've
But I
been
want to
pretty
believe it.
silent on this one.
I was just trying to listen to Dylan's opinion, but he couldn't get his opinion out because you were giving yours.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think that we landed on the moon, but I mean,
Great
to
insight
say,
there.
To say that the computers on our iPhones are as strong as what took us to the moon, yeah, I mean, I could see that too because we don't realize how powerful technology is right now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
technology back then when there was a computer the size of this room. That was the first computer, but
They could probably process like a gigabyte every minute or some.
But
stupid
what they
stuff
did
like
with that technology was like so beyond the time. Like now, there's shit happening that we don't know about that's way beyond this time.
Yeah, that
That
20 years from now, our kids will make a podcast about it.
Yeah.
Can you believe our parents had iPhones? How dumb is that?
Yeah.
Like,
So I never believed it was I never believed we landed on the moon. Sorry. No. This is just my opinion. No. I'm going to tell you.
no, I want to hear it.
But seeing something like watching a rocket take off from Cape Canaveral will make you believe it. Because seeing something physically go
What
out
does
of
that have to do with
Listen,
it?
no.
Riding in an airplane made
What
me
do you mean
feel
what does
like
that
I
have to do with it? That was like the biggest hurdle. Was
I mean,
like,
think about it though, man.
Well, no,
That you're
some
on the ground your whole life. First time you're in an airplane, you're like, holy shit.
yeah.
one
This
of the
is
biggest
crazy.
conspiracies is like the radiation layer that we couldn't get past.
Okay.
So
coming in.
right.
Do you know how many people would have to be involved in that and keep it a secret? I think we all know pretty damn well that nobody can keep their mouth
I
shut.
literally just said I believe it happened now that I've physically watched a rocket leave
Okay.
the Earth.
All right. I'm just
I
saying.
do.
All right.
When did you watch a rocket leave the Earth?
I watched one in Florida probably 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's cool as hell. Next one. We're gonna skip that for now.
Which
Flat Earth. Do you think the Earth is flat?
That's about the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
That's something.
Please
That's
say it.
that's something Landon would believe, honestly.
For what reason would I believe that the Earth is flat?
Who in here looks the most like a flat earther? Audience, tell us. No, I do not think the Earth is flat. I don't think any of us do. If you do, you don't deserve an opinion yet. And you mentioned a couple more that I was gonna write down, but I figured I'd keep it simple. But do you think Hitler is still alive? Is there a chance he's still alive?
Wasn't he born in about 1899?
Well, all right. I phrased that wrong. You
This
got
is
me.
very true.
You got me there.
Stefan made a point for the
First valid point.
Hey,
all
I
podcast.
didn't mean to say.
Better late
That's
than
how I
never.
wrote it in my notes.
Say Osama. Osama's a better example.
You got me.
Osama bin Laden's a better example.
Let's talk about
No,
Let's talk
Osama.
about Hitler.
I'm talking about
Let's
Hitler.
talk about Hitler.
God, why are we yelling? Look, quit yelling.
Did he live past when they said he committed
Did he die in
suicide?
1945?
Yes.
Think he did? Or whenever it was,
I've heard
46.
the rumors of him going to like Cuba or some dumb shit like that.
I seen
but-
like a whole video on that.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about.
Dude, that's a good one.
I don't know for sure.
The John Benet Ramsey one.
Oh yeah.
That's not necessarily a conspiracy. That's just a mystery.
My parents knew them. Yeah, that's weird.
Did they do it?
No, but I'm just saying it was like it's rough deal.
Casey didn't like that one. She thought that was funny.
Yeah, Jarrett
I'm
had a
glad
good
somebody
point
thought it was
here.
funny,
NASA
Nick.
technology is crazy. Mars rover just recently
Yes.
died. That decades plus old.
Elvis was at Hickory Saturday.
Yeah, that was when I said. I told Dylan. I said,
Elvis, Tupac.
"Is Elvis still alive?" Yeah, and is Tupac alive? I mean, does
Yes.
anybody here knows who Tupac is? I mean, also we could go into who killed Tupac. I don't know.
Who about?
P. Diddy.
What about? I don't,
P. Diddy was involved.
I don't know. I think Suge did it. I think Suge like had it set up.
So if you there's a documentary. If you
Is it the one about him and Biggie?
Yeah, so there's a documentary on Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur on good old Netflix, and it's a reenactment of basically the story leading up and the investigation of both of their murders, and it's actually very interesting. So if you never watched that and you give a crap about 90s history, it's a good one to watch. And we're all a little invested into the hip hop world being in our generation, so it was quite interesting.
Yeah. So, was there any more good conspiracy theories?
Is Michael Jackson still alive?
No, if he was, he's really in trouble now. After
If not, he ain't anymore. Oh, one more good one. Where did what happened to the dinosaurs?
Oh, I have another good one. After
It
that
is a
one.
conspiracy. Everybody has their own theory, so it's technically a conspiracy theory.
Can I? The flood.
The flood?
I think like when the flood, when God flooded the earth, Noah and all that.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what killed dinosaurs. That's me.
Yeah.
So this is like, I guess, getting into a religious topic, but I would believe that too. Actually, I guess I do believe that, but what I'm curious about is, I don't know if this really isn't something we should probably go into deeply, but like in the Bible, it says that they got 2 of every kind and put them on the ark, right?
Right.
So how the hell did they get them dinosaurs on there? They just let them die?
Yeah.
So like that makes me feel like there was something else that happened.
Dinosaurs were oppressed
Yes.
Yeah.
by Jesus himself. I mean,
So I ain't so sure about that, but I mean, have you seen some of the people walking around Hickory? I think so. There's still some dinosaurs alive, man. I'm telling you.
yeah, this is true. So dinosaurs, I don't know. I just know that. What was that movie? Was it a cartoon movie with the little dinosaur characters?
Land Before Time.
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude.
God, saddest movie.
Oh.
F's in the chat for respect.
Dude, do y'all remember the movie Dinosaur? Y'all remember that movie? It's called Dinosaur.
My movie,
It's like an animated. It was. Do you not remember that?
man. Oh, wait a
Yes,
minute.
with the monkey and the.
I think I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I remember it.
I think I know what you're talking
Vaguely.
about.
Because that was when that was like supposedly.
What was your
when-
favorite cartoon as a child? Just name it.
I love
quick.
Scooby Doo.
I love Looney Tunes.
I liked the movie. A movie.
Toy
Your
Story.
favorite
Not
cartoon movie.
That's not a cart. That's animated.
Close enough.
That's not a
That was
cartoon.
I watched it every day of my life.
That's
It's not a cartoon.
Not a cartoon.
The Land Before Time was one of my favorites.
I liked Land Before Time a lot.
My
Oh.
favorite was the Iron Giant.
Really?
That was a good one
I
too.
loved the Iron Giant. Yeah.
I really liked.
My favorite TV show was either Scooby Doo
I love Scooby Doo.
I love Toy Story 2.
And I watched-
Power Rangers.
I never watched Power
Dude,
Rangers.
honestly,
I watched Tom and Jerry a lot.
The Rugrats
Yeah.
movie. Like, y'all know you had the
Rugrats,
Rugrats movie with the orange
Lion King.
VHS.
I don't know why we're talking about this. Anyway.
Wait, I got one more conspiracy theory. You
What's
made me
that?
think. The Malaysia flight. What?
Oh, yeah.
370.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know.
It crashed.
It wrecked. We just can't find it.
Yeah. I mean, it crashed.
I wasn't old enough to watch
so-
Roger Rabbit when I was a kid.
Being that it is getting very close to Game of Thrones time,
Let's get it.
what is that? Next, not what, April 14th?
Yeah.
It's like the second week in April.
Oh man,
It's
We're
an exciting
trying
time, but
Weird
it's a sad
beer
time.
for the first time, except for Stefan because he's not 21. We are trying weird beer for the first time in 2019, and this time it is Dragon's Milk.
Dragon Skeet. Oh.
That sounds terrible. It is made by New Holland Brewing. It has a dragon on it. Dragon scales, 11% alcohol.
Wow.
Made in Holland, Michigan. Roasted, malty, and smooth. Sounds terrible.
11% high.
Malty.
What's that?
Oh, motor oil.
Wow.
Oh my.
Looks like Coca-Cola.
This is good night. You gotta drink the whole thing. You can't just try it.
Are we drinking it all at once or just
Is it a
sipping
copper?
No,
It's a no.
Look at it.
no, this is a motor
The
oil.
copper looks copperish.
It's a dark beer.
This is
It's like a porter.
this is Pennzoil.
It's like a porter.
This is this is Quaker
It's like
Steak.
Yeah.
a
Quaker
I
Steak.
don't want to drink this.
All right, so this is
Are we
New
drinking it all
Holland
or just
Brewing.
sipping it?
Dragon's Milk.
Yeah. What does Michael Scott do? This is a red.
Definitely
It's a
red.
stout.
Yeah, this is-
All right,
it's pretty
well,
close.
I
Here we
don't
go.
know. I don't. Never had beer before.
It's actually not bad. It's not very heavy.
It's got like a lot of taste for a beer.
The more color, the more taste.
Mm.
I can smell it from here.
I need another natural life. That is interesting if you like dark beer. That's all I got to say. Nate,
Just smell it.
who
It's got a weird
Second
aftertaste.
sip was not as good.
No.
Established
is
19.
Roger
About
Rabbit,
20 now.
Established 1997.
Brave Little Toaster?
Like,
It's not terrible though.
No, it's not real bad.
It's super strong. The taste is very strong. It's like
Don't drink, don't drink beer made by a tractor manufacturer. This is very true. It's pretty. I don't like it.
what'd you do? You broke it. Oh.
No, we're good.
Where are we? And he's fired again.
yeah.
See where-
Stefan, you've been fired every
You're-
week.
You're
Look,
giving
no,
it
no,
to
no,
yourself.
look, it's right there
All
in your
right.
face.
All right.
All right, actually, Landon, I got a beer
Hey.
that you will like. Really do. I'll be right back.
I know exactly what this is going to be.
Is it a margarita?
Saturday.
It's a fruity.
Oh God, hell no! I ain't drinking. Last time I drank a Natty Rush, that thing was.
It's a girly drink.
It's the natty lemonade.
Well, we had a Natty Rush,
Have
and
you
that thing
seen
was about like
The
drinking
natural light lemonade.
paint.
I'm telling you. Give her a whirl.
that scared
That was
Landon.
aggressive.
I'm interested in this one because he usually hates beer.
They're not that bad.
See, it ain't that
You
bad.
don't
eh?
like it.
No, it tastes like lemonade.
Yeah, it's Natter Day.
I mean, I could
Is
drink
that
a
what
bunch of
Allie
those
drinks?
probably.
Why do you have these?
No, I bought them on the way to the concert. They had a 12-pack. I'm like, man, I'm
What concert?
at church.
That's fun.
That's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
You gonna drink it, or you want me to take one to
Where
the
do you
head
buy
real
your
quick?
weird beer at?
I mean, I'll drink it.
Lowe's Foods.
Lowe's Foods. That's what I meant.
Publix.
That's what I meant. They look the same.
This is terrible. I don't like
I'm
this.
finished.
It tastes like
It's not bad.
it tastes like a bad craft beer.
God,
That's what it is.
I mean, I know, but I'm
It's
saying like
11% of those.
why are you drinking it out of a cup? That's a cool bottle.
the bottle is honestly, it's definitely cooler than the
That's
actual
like the
beer.
only thing that
Remember,
makes
he,
it cool.
he can't drink beer out of a bottle or a can.
No, I'll drink out of a bottle, just not a can.
He said, "Shh." Anyway, I'm not drinking the rest of that Coca-Cola. Actually, I probably will. But what are we missing?
Scroll down.
Oh, sorry.
For weird beer, you should have your dad come in here and try. some.
Weird beer.
Yeah.
No, he's a strictly Red Bull and vodka.
The weird beer store.
I'll
Yeah,
Eric's opinion.
Lowe's
Next time
Foods.
it's over, I'll get some.
Lowe's Foods is the place. Now race those beers down the road, and this NASCAR creation story is going full circle. Yeah, pretty much. This is the closest thing.
What's your favorite craft beer?
Favorite craft beer?
Margarita.
I like.
We know how Landon experience goes with margaritas. If you want to watch the throwback race from last
I
year,
liked pernicious or pernicious. How do you say it? Pernicious
Hell
IPA.
yeah, pernicious. That's the one I like.
Pernicious IPA is good. I like White Zombie. Anything from
White Zombie's probably the most popular craft beer
well, it's good.
right now.
Landon's throwing up in his mic right now.
He's gonna be projectile vomiting by the end of the
What,
podcast.
this? Let's drink on.
Are you drinking your?
Yeah, I'll drink
Natty?
this.
It's so weird seeing him drinking natural light.
Especially in a pink can, too.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll
Troy Latham's gonna
Listen.
eat that up.
If you could drink a beer with one person from racing,
Hey, if
alive or dead, who would it
Yeah, all right. Everybody got to answer this one.
be? I don't mind. Not even thinking.
Tim Richmond.
Damn.
that is not fair. What the heck? We should have wrote it. What is it?
Yeah.
We should have put it down on a sheet of paper.
Everyone was gonna say.
You're not gonna guess.
We should have read it down.
You can't drink beer. So who would you go fishing with?
Morgan Shepherd.
Delma Cowart. He never won a race, but he never lost a party.
Never lost
either.
a party. Yeah.
Delma. There's a good little news clip of Delma on YouTube. It's funny
from
as hell.
Daytona,
Yeah.
when he couldn't get through tech,
Yeah.
couldn't get the run.
He kept
did.
pushing it through tech, and then it finally showed him on the racetrack,
He
and it was like the
didn't-
most exciting
he didn't
moment
even
ever.
make the race,
Uh-uh.
yeah. Yeah, that was funny. I did see that video before.
They did put flamingos on this.
I mean, it's a summer beer. I mean, I could probably take a couple of those to the head at the beach. I wonder how they funnel. I wonder if they go down pretty quick.
Stone cold.
We should do that next time.
A funnel?
Look over there. Look right there, hanging up.
Do it.
Mm.
On podcast?
I'm not gonna funnel beer on podcast.
Oh.
I'd high five
That
the
would
crap
be
out of
awesome.
you. I would high five you.
We started a podcast.
Whenever he turns
hour
21,
1 and a
Please
half.
put Stefan Sucks in the chat if you think I should funnel that beer next week.
If you want to see Landon funnel a beer in a chat, yeah, that would be hilarious.
Look, if we went to Sobo, Jesse would get us good local beer. That's who
I don't
knows.
know, man. North Carolina's got
Sobo's
the beer.
far for one day.
North Carolina has some beer.
North Carolina's the capital of craft beer.
It is.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, but
It is. It's 100% true.
Asheville is probably
You know what's the capital of margaritas?
Margaritaville.
Mexico.
El Paso in Newton.
What in God's name is that?
No,
Because they're
I'll
about
go with
$3.
where did we go the other night?
That was Applebee's.
No.
Oh, Buffalo's.
Yeah, Buffalo's.
Buffalo's has some good margaritas, but
Me and you just put down about 17 of them.
we go to Applebee's when they have the dollar liquor
dollar
drinks.
margaritas. Dollar liquor drink night.
It's different every month.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
It's good for a once-a-month trip.
Yeah.
Don't suggest doing it on the way to Bristol.
No.
He said, come to Carteret.
Carteret.
Never been to Carteret
I guess
before.
there's good craft beer in Carteret.
There's a
Y'all
bar
come-
inside.
yeah.
There's a bar. We should go
Oh,
to the
yeah.
sometime.
All kinds of
It's a
weird
long ass
beer
drive
down
to
here.
All
spectate.
kinds of weird beer.
Yeah.
Dude, that's probably 6 hours.
It's near the beach, though, isn't it?
It's
Kinda.
I would
yeah.
love to go to Carteret.
is it 6 hours?
I think, Chris, I know you race down there. I think Windshield Deep would be a perfect candidate to be an infield party host at
Now that would be cool.
man, on the roof, something like that. We are scrolled down.
It takes ours a little longer to do.
$2
Oh, Mama
vodkas.
Huffman. Oh, Mama Huff. Telling you what it's like.
Landon better not face.
This house is a prison.
This house is actually a prison.
On planet.
Say it.
Bullshit.
That would be funny. Start the next podcast off with you funneling a beer in the camera.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
I might just have to do it now.
Yeah, it's pretty good, ain't it?
You won't.
You're going to get kicked out.
Don't disrespect your mom.
You're going to get kicked out, be on your butt.
Get
Yeah, we
grounded.
can't have that. I can't afford to live on my own yet.
So,
So.
I don't think we have much income going on over there.
I got more than you, asshole.
I'm still in school, bud. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, that's what you want to call it.
You have to live with your
Keeping them
parents.
straight, yeah. Yeah,
It's a lot cheaper to live with your parents.
Literally every person I know lives with their parents.
Hey,
Every person here.
it's hard knock life, man.
Yeah, I mean, we just love our families.
Yeah, we don't want to run away.
Yeah.
You know, I thought about moving out, and then I thought about how much it costs, and then I like my bed a lot, so.
Only
mean-
advantage for you moving out would be you'd be able to have more
Like
than 2
decently
megabit,
good internet,
2
yeah.
megabit a second internet.
My internet's probably as good as the technology they used to go to the moon for the first time.
Mhm.
My internet is dookie, man.
Didn't happen, by the way.
Straight buns.
Oh Jesus.
No, my internet's buns.
No,
I
it's
bet mine's
not.
worse.
You got Spectrum.
My router closes every 4 minutes, remember?
You said your internet wasn't the problem.
That's fine. Don't get a Netgear router ever in your whole entire life.
That's what I've got, and I get 960 megabits a second.
Netgear? No, you
Yes, I do. Go look.
I think you just
have
bought the wrong
Spectrum
one, son.
internet.
Yes, I have a
Yes,
spec.
you
I have.
a Netgear router.
Yes, I do.
You bought the
You-
wrong
you
one,
have an
bud.
Asus router.
That's the one I'm giving you.
I thought you had one hooked up right there.
I know. I've only got this other one. I got's a Netgear,
Let me have it.
a Nighthawk
he's like
300.
What
it
the
ain't,
heck?
It ain't gonna make your Wi-Fi faster.
Why?
Fast
It's not gonna
internet.
magically boost it, I promise.
It doesn't just make shit faster. It just like it would work for him because he has Spectrum, but yours is just kind of you have a lid, and you see this lid you have, you can't go through.
Dylan lives in BFE and he gets 1,000 megabytes a second.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
And because I live like a little bit off a road, AT&T won't service me, or Charter won't service me. They literally service the house across from me. They won't service me.
I've had a lot of problems in my life, but internet hasn't been one of them lately. I say that,
You're fortunate.
I got 99 problems, but
but here's the
internet is
deal.
definitely one
At
of mine.
one point, it was freaking terrible. The most I could get was 30 megabits here.
Bro,
and
that's
it would,
more than I got.
Yeah,
That's
but it
not
would.
terrible.
Remember how much it used to cut out? Like, it would cut
That's
out
how mine
all the
is.
time. Like, it would cut out every day, like 10 times a day, like the whole internet.
My Xbox is fine. My iRacing will not run at all.
I swear, there's no way that's an internet problem.
It's the router. That's what they say.
It don't matter what kind of router you have. I don't know. I'm excited. I hope that one fixes your shit because I don't see how that
You
could be
find
it.
a power cord.
No.
Okay, next time.
We'll find it. Oh, no.
He said there's a 15K to win race Carteret again this year.
Oh, yeah.
He said bring a hot rod.
Limited race or something?
Probably.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could like.
Even
don't
if
know,
we
maybe-
didn't race, it still would be cool to
We
host
should
a.
go to a race. Just
I'd
us.
like to host a pit party there, just because they have a bar on the infield. We could have a.
What if we could have
A
like
live
a
show-
legit bar in the infield, like post race bar party?
Wonder if that
I thought
would
they
be
did
frowned
that.
upon.
I thought they had a bar in the.
No,
They
they do.
do.
I'm saying, what if we could like host a post race party
After the race,
We need to get, like,
live karaoke.
Yeah.
We need to get like a
presented
have the
by
bar,
Windshield Deep?
Get a float. Get like
A podcast first for like an hour or 30 minutes, and then like with a live, like rowdy ass audience.
We got to get like an inflatable pool, get some lawn chairs, and just sit there and lounge.
mud wrestling.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, rough and rowdy.
All right.
Rough and
Maybe
we need
not
to have
mud.
some rough and rowdy type stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess this
21
is
and older, Stefan.
the barstool.
Hey, I'll be
of,
21 by then, bud.
When you turn 21.
June.
Oof.
We'll get
Oh,
Chris Reagan
perfect.
in on it. He'll fund it. And we'll just support it.
I don't know.
What would Regal? Oh, he's got an entertainment thing. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's got
He's a,
Yeah.
Tyler Hatley. and-
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a whole deal.
Is that his hustle or is that his?
I
side?
take back everything I said about the car store.
Yes.
You guys are never passing tech again.
I wasn't crucial.
Hey, y'all are
Hey,
pretty
I
crucial.
was neutral.
Hey, Chris Regal's a big Ricky Stenhouse fan.
He is. Does
Big
he know
Ricky-
him, or does
Dude, I saw
Has he watched him race? No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, I saw him in Martinsville on Sunday, decked out in Ricky Stenhouse gear, like decked out.
It
was
looked like-
incredible. Remember when we started? Remember when he started the car store and he had the mullet, he had the full Ricky Stenhouse deal. It was pretty incredible.
I do have a great video to show that you guys are gonna love,
I wish you
but
could show
you
it
just
on
got
here.
you just got to. I will. You just got to give me a second.
Sorry.
Just talk
Be
about
patient.
something. Damn it!
Be
You already
patient.
seen it.
I don't want to
Oh,
host
you
for
didn't.
2 seconds.
I'm not the one to sing it.
What is it?
It's funny. I'll let him explain it.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
It's a pit crew video. It's
I'm
funny.
anxious. Is it the Jennifer Joe one?
No.
Oh,
There used to be a video on when Dylan first told me about pitting, about that he was going to pit. I'm just like, oh god, I hope that this doesn't happen. But I knew it wouldn't. But like, this is literally the first video that came to my mind, and I meant to show it to you, and I couldn't find it that day. There's a video on YouTube called Pit Stop from Hell. And you
Oh,
need to
when
watch it, dude.
when
It's an
everything-
ARCA race, and the dude comes in. It's at Rockingham, and he comes in to stop, and like he jacks the car up, and it falls off the jack, and he's like, "Help! Help!" He's like yelling to get somebody.
All right, so this is
funny.
this is good here. Actually, I've got to
The
show.
audio's the best part. Can they hear it?
What is this?
No, I gotta add that first. Just give me 1 second.
1 second.
You've got to give us a little bit of inkling about what we're about to see.
So I'll give it to him while you work. It's a pit stop practice, and the guy.
Has a tooth accident, and we're gonna watch it. This happened today.
Who's going? I can't see it.
This happened today, like right before I practiced.
No, I can see it.
It's gonna be a little loud. So it's the rear changer. See, he quit changing right there. Everybody's no, just wait, just wait.
That is rough.
Just a little bit.
Oh God,
Eric. I love Eric.
oh damn, I didn't even have it on.
Oh man.
Hang on, they heard it the first time, but yeah. Oh God.
Eric said just a little bit.
Shit, bro. Ain't nothing.
Look at that scene of the hangover. Am I missing a tooth?
Yeah. So yeah, the lug nut came up and hit him like right square in the tooth, right in his tooth, and now his tooth was missing.
They'll be able to fix it too.
Somebody said, "Wow, Huffman, that was rough."
Oh, what was rough?
I don't know. What'd you do? I can't remember what you did. That was rough.
I don't know.
I don't know when my bad luck's gonna end.
Rough looking, I guess.
It's been it has been a pretty tough run so far, but we showed speed every time. We just got to finish the deal. It's been tough so far, but maybe we'll get the job done here next time we run, which will probably be the next Hickory race, throwback race. I told you I'd make my mind up by Friday night before it.
A little bit of work to be done.
Yeah, I'm not gonna run that race. I already spent enough. As you can tell, I got a lot more to spend. Yeah, well, how long have we been live for now? 2 hours, yeah, that's about our number. So we've hit the number about where we want to be at. Once again, big thanks to
Small dog.
we got dogs. Cool.
McAllister Performance.
Big thanks to NPM Marketing. She's been a huge help to us this year. Nick just ripped my dog's arms off. So yeah, big thanks to Tanya, everybody else that's been helping us out. Thanks to myself for doing the whole deal, for doing literally everything, and getting the chat while I do it.
I'd like to thank Blondies for catering this podcast.
Yeah, I had to get my food here.
Delicious food. Nick, you might want to put Tito down.
So yeah,
I won't be late next week.
we will see you guys next time. Hopefully Landon won't be late next week. We'll get back in the regular program. We have some plans as far as our setup. We got some changes coming. A lot of changes actually that I have to finalize in the next couple of days. But overall, thanks everybody for hanging out. It was a good time with everyone. I know we did some dumb stuff tonight, but we had fun for the last 30 minutes, just kind of messing around. The audio version of the podcast will be available on Friday, maybe tomorrow. Just kind of depends on when I get time to upload it all and edit everything. I have to edit every episode now because these two sit here and fight over a mic.
We also don't have to delete this week's because Stefan didn't say anything retarded. So we're good on that.
So now,
You were in on that too, bud.
so
Nothing that I said that needed to be deleted. That was all you, bud.
so anyway, we'll see you guys next time on the Windshield Deep Podcast. Been real, been fun, but ain't been